you missed.
Well, I'm not saying I'm great. I told you my handicap's like 20 to 30.
Yeah, but it could be 40 to 50, but I believe you when you say it. Why do you not believe Chandler?
That's it. I didn't know you played that much.
I played a lot.
Look at his
last
shirt.
summer.
He's wearing a country club shirt. Is he a phony? He could be, but I think he knows what he's doing.
I mean, I love golf. It's something I grew up playing.
Oh, I did not know that about you. All right.
My grandfather.
Well, you thought his name was Chad for 4 years. You probably don't know a lot about him at all.
I learn new things about him every day.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, folks, the wait is almost over. One more sleep until ECU begins the 2021 Greenville Regional. We will continue to get you ready for the action right here on Pirate Radio on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250. We are on 930. We are live online, pr927fm.com, and you can watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And check out some of our live in-studio guests. We got a couple of those coming up today. We'll also head out to the Fixed NC Live line quite a few times, and we'll do that in about 15 minutes and talk to the hero of the 2009 Greenville Regional, Devin Harris. 3-run homer tied it against South Carolina, and then later on, his base hit knocked in Kyle Roller to clinch the 2009 Greenville Regional. We'll talk to Devin Harris about his memories of that, what he's up to today, and talk some baseball with the former Pirate outfielder. That's on the way in about 15 minutes. Coming up later on in hour number 1, we will talk to David Hall. David, formerly of the Kinston Free Press, and now he covers Virginia, Old Dominion, and Norfolk State athletics. He'll give us a scouting report on Norfolk State. We'll talk about ODU's fantastic year as well, as they are the 1 seed down in Columbia, South Carolina the 2 seed in that regional. So we'll talk some college baseball tournament action with David Hall coming up later on in hour number 1. The play-by-play voice for ECU baseball is Corey Gloor, and he will join us. Hello. Coming up at 4 o'clock, Stephen Igoe will join us on the Fixed NC Live line around 4:15. So we'll talk to Corey and Igoe coming up in hour number 2, get our thoughts on Carson Wisenhunt starting game 1. You know, what are the plans for game 2 and beyond? Who's coming out of the bullpen first? We'll break it all down coming up in hour 2 with Corey and Igoe. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau, will talk about what's going on tonight in the world of sports from a gambling perspective. 2 big games, 2 potential closeout games tonight. Nuggets trying to close out the Blazers on the road, and the Suns will try to do the same to the Lakers. We'll break those games down, talk a little Major League Baseball, and more with Jeff Nadeau at around 4:45. And in the 5 o'clock hour, Troy D will be alongside. We got a ton of Cliff Godwin audio to get to. We'll hear from Connor Norby, Gavin Williams. We'll also make you a winner in hour 3 of today's show. So we are packed and ready to roll here on a Thursday. If you have a question or comment, you can chime in on Facebook Live, as the show is right there for you. And also you can chime in on Twitter as well. All right, man, how about that weather outside?
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like raining and it's windy and it's the weather. I mean,
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
I think we should talk about the weather. Should we?
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
I mean, I was driving in today and on Evans and had to drive in the middle lane. Every car was in the middle lane because it was flooding on the sides, because of the rain, because of all this weather that we've had.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Cliff Godwin was kind of salty today in his press conference. We'll welcome in Shirley Rhodes and the big dog making an appearance, Glenn Griffin, a.k.a. fat nugget. You are head to toe in Nuggets gear today. Dame's about to drop 60 on you
I
tonight.
know. And the funny thing is I'm pulling for Dame to do that. Like,
but the Nuggets just have cool gear.
yeah, and I got it during the bubble last year when they were like the Nuggets with Jamal Murray are a different team.
I know they're a championship contending team.
Yeah, it's totally different when you put that guy in there.
Big Dog, what'd you think of? And we'll hear some of Cliff Godwin from earlier today, but he's in postseason form right now.
Yeah. I'd hate to be Tyler Feldman.
I'd hate to be. I'm just glad I didn't ask him a question. He got after Ronnie a little bit today. We'll ask Igoe how it went for him.
Where do you feel like you've learned
hate
the
to be
most
Morgan
about the
Lindsay.
defense so far? What have they gotten gotten better at? Best, and besides what you just talked about, where they got to get better at?
Thank you, Mark. It cut 6 from today. How crucial is it to win game 1 was asked by Ronnie Woodward, and then that led to a little back and forth from Cliff and Ronnie. Here's that from earlier today on Zoom.
Well, it's easier if you win. I mean, look, in 19 we lost and still won the regional. I think you put out there at some point in time this week that what is ECU like 2-6 or something in openers of regional play. I don't want to fact check that because I really wasn't reading it too closely, to be honest with you, Ronnie.
It was 2-4 in the last 6.
2 and 4.
Two of those losses were definitely before you, so I think you're 2-1. Yeah.
Well, I didn't think you were like pointing the finger at me that in game 1 because I don't really care. As long as we win the regional, I don't give a damn if we win the first one or lose the first one as long as we win the regional. So, excuse me, but that we'll put our best foot forward tomorrow and we'll go from there.
All right, is that our first swear of the season during a Zoom? I can't remember another one.
Yeah, because I feel like all the other times that I swear would have been appropriate, we were on the road.
That's a good point, and there are no road Zooms.
Like after the South Florida series, there were definitely some swears.
Yeah, good point.
And then that Memphis loss.
Redbeard, we're 2 steps ahead of you, but you are like an unpaid troll producer of the show. He says, can you use the cliff cut anytime Troy talks about the weather? Yes, we plan to do that from here until the end of time.
Excessive use from now on anytime the weather comes up.
You'll hear this all the time moving forward. Shirley.
No, you won't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the wrong screen.
I don't care about the weather.
Do you care
I can't
about
control
the
weather? Don't want to talk about the weather.
Maybe Shirley wants to talk about the weather. I don't know.
Really.
We will.
Fair weather, idiot.
Hey, if you don't show up to Clark LeClaire tomorrow, you know what you are?
Fair weather, idiot.
Let's see. What are we looking at for tomorrow? I'll look it up real quick because I want to talk about the weather. I don't know if you guys.
I don't care about the weather.
Let's see. Friday at let's go Friday at 12 noon.
90% rain and lightning.
I see 66, but I see the lightning.
The lightning.
By the way, how about that thunder? I'm sorry, Cliff, but I do
I
need to
don't care about the weather.
This is legit. That was it around 7 a.m. That thunder that sounded like a bomb went off.
I'm not sure about that, but I know that Troy D walked out to the truck earlier and he almost got struck. He ran back inside the building very fast.
Wow,
there was a very loud thunderclap.
Yeah,
that's the one I thought you were talking about.
Right before the show started. Yeah,
the one that scared Troy back inside.
Oh, like here?
Yeah. It was right outside the building. He had the back door open, and all of a sudden it was just huge.
I had my headphones on.
I think you were doing. I think you were talking to BMOC at the time.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, I missed that one. I heard the one early this morning. I thought a bomb went off. But look, we're not going to talk about the weather. But if
I don't care about the weather.
Yeah, if we were, I would bring that up probably.
I don't care about the weather.
Hey, look, here's some positive news though. I know you don't want to hear about the weather, but Saturday it's looking pretty clear. So we might be playing some like early baseball, try to get 3 games in on Saturday.
We can get through tomorrow and then just kind of reboot early Saturday morning, maybe.
Yeah, probably so. I'll be there Saturday. I'll be there Saturday, and I'm credentialed to go, Glenn. I had to go to ECU today, show them my Vax card.
Oh.
They made me, I think they make everybody do this, but I had to strip down naked. It was kind of weird.
Wow.
I'm joking about that. You want to talk about that or the weather?
It's two little butt cheeks.
Thank you, Shirley Rose. Shirley went with me and was just saying that the whole time.
It's two little butt cheeks.
I showed my card. I got my credential. I'm ready to go for Saturday, which I could be there.
I think it's funny that yesterday
hours.
afternoon that I went and I had the prostate exam, and you apparently had the same experience at Claire, apparently.
What did the doctor say about that one, Shirley, when she saw Glenn's nuggets?
It's two little butt cheeks.
Bro. How'd that go, Glenn?
Exploratory, I guess. I mean,
good to hear.
Exploratory.
Boy, this one took a turn. Took a.
We not agree?
Took a major turn. All right, let's hear the opening comments of Cliff Godwin, Shirley. We'll take a break in a moment here from Devin Harris. But this is where the weather cut actually comes from. His opening comments earlier today on Zoom.
Hey, we're excited to be hosting our third straight regional. Our guys are excited. Just got done with practice. Part of it was outside, part of it was inside. So before the media asked me anything about the weather, I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather. And every regional that has ever been here has not been affected by weather like some people want to say it is. So we'll be ready to go tomorrow whenever we're allowed to play with the weather. And we're facing a great opponent in Norfolk State.
All right, there you go. I think every regional here has been affected by the weather, at least of recent years.
In recent years, I recall several times being there for quite an expansive amount.
I mean, it got in the way of ECU beating Wilmington 1 year, and then in 19, of course, it backed everything up. So
19, we got there pretty dang late some nights.
Yeah.
Several nights in a row.
Yep. So I remember at one point I was there late on a Sunday, and they were talking about potentially starting a game at like 10 or 11
that was 19.
or something.
That was 19.
Yeah.
I was in the box with you. That was 19.
We had a Pirate Radio meeting the next morning. Like, are we really doing this right now? That is why this year I'm only.
We
going
had games
Saturday.
the next day.
There were games.
We played Monday. We played a doubleheader that Monday.
Yeah, because that's when they clinched.
That
was the clinch.
Yeah.
But we talked about starting it. I can't remember if are we going to start a game with Saturday night or if it was Sunday night. It might have been Sunday night.
I think it was Sunday night. They didn't start it late.
But there was the conversation.
Like the teams were there and stuff, and I was.
Saturday night was when we were there so late, and then Sunday night was like 11 o'clock. A game had ended, and it was like, do we start the next one?
Yeah,
that was the combo.
It was. I wonder if they have the actual game times of when. So ECU played Saturday at 4 against Quinnipiac and lost. Then Jake came. We talked about this with Agnos yesterday. Great interview with Jake Agnos, by the way. He is maybe one of the best guests we have reoccurring on the show. He is a fantastic talker. That was a nooner on Sunday. The Pirates then later that night beat Quinnipiac. And then Monday at 1, they beat Campbell. And then Gavin Williams closed it out Monday evening, 7 o'clock against Campbell when he came out throwing 100.
Monday went off with no hitches. Monday was fine. It was just getting through Saturday and Sunday that was a problem.
And man, and this shows you can lose the first game and win it because the Pirates lost
in 19
to those Bobcats, and then I think they're the Bobcats. Quinnipiac. That sounds right. But after the win over State, ECU wins 13-3, 10-3, 12-3. Everybody runs out of pitching. Pirates bats just feasted, and ECU still had some arms left that they could throw. So that is the advantage that ECU has maybe in this tournament. Even if they do lose a game, they're going to have, I think, more arms than some of these other teams. That won't be the case if they move on and face Vanderbilt, but we'll worry about that when we get there.
But, I mean, throwing Gavin in game 2, it feels like Mariano Rivero coming out of the pen. The guy for the Yankees, the hand of God.
Mario Rivarna?
Yeah, that guy. I hadn't said his name in years, and I just couldn't get it out.
Number 42. The last player to wear number 42 in Major League Baseball.
I did not know that.
They retired the number for Jackie Robinson. And
during his time?
He was grandfathered in, so he got to wear it. By the way, somebody put up, and I think Stephen Asby was the first person to tag me on this on Twitter, all of the hats that every team wears in the regionals. Have you seen that picture?
I've seen the jersey and like the combo.
They did the jersey, and then there's a hat one as well.
I haven't seen the hat.
The coolest hat out of all those is UCLA's alternate, which is the UCLA blue, and then in gold it just has 42.
Oh, I like
looks super sweet.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's I want that one. Something about a front white panel I like. I want the white panel Arizona hat.
You like the 70s style white panel.
Where there's like
front.
panels.
The tri-panel hat.
Yeah, something about that. And Southeast Missouri State had a cool logo too. But that's a
New
really
Jersey Institute of Technology.
That's actually a pretty cool one.
It
too.
looks like a college basketball tournament. It's the NGIT. It looks like a tournament.
Looks like some tournament Akeem Richmond and ECU won 7 years ago. All right, let's tell you what, we get a break. We got a lot more Cliff Godwin, Connor Norby, Gavin Williams to talk to and hear from on today's show. David Hall will join us, give us the Norfolk State breakdown coming up. Corey Gloor, Stephen Igoe, Big Man on Campus, Troy D, Booty Bag winner. And when we return, we will talk to the hero of the 2009 ECU Regional that they hosted here in Greenville. Devin Harris joins us on the other side. We'll catch up with the former Pirate outfielder when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We're not going to talk about the weather, but we're back right after this.
Jersey Mike's crew doesn't just walk right in and make a sub. We're there early, slicing veggies, baking bread, grilling bacon. Then we walk right in and make a sub, because freshly prepared ingredients make a sub above. The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
The Tarboro River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you want is your air conditioning to not keep the house cool. Face it, the only thing worse than an irritable mother-in-law is a sweaty mother-in-law. So call Delcor to get ready for summer. For a limited time, put no money down and get 12 months same as cash when replacing an HVAC system. Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at DelcorInc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
Hey Birdland, watch the O's take on the Cleveland Indians June 4th through the 6th at Oriole Park. The first 20,000 fans 21 and over who attend the game on Friday, June 4th will receive an Orioles floppy hat presented by Miller Lite. Great seating options are available, or check out the 5-game flex plan and pick the games that fit your schedule. Don't wait. Spend your weekend at the Yard. Purchase your tickets today at the Orioles Ticket Marketplace at Orioles.com/tickets.
You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Go Pirates! Arg!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to go. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Am I the only one here that finds weather patterns fascinating?
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
All right, I guess I am. We will have some weather this weekend and plenty of baseball as the Pirates will welcome in Norfolk State, Charlotte, and Maryland to the Greenville Regional. And we talked to a hero of regionals past yesterday on the show, Jake Agnos from the 2019 Greenville Regional, his pitching performance against NC State. Tonight we'll talk, right now we'll talk to a guy who was a hero on a night in 2009. Devin Harris had the game-tying homer and the game-winning hit to propel ECU to a super regional where they went to Chapel Hill to face North Carolina. We'll relive some of those memories right now with the hero Devin Harris. He joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Devin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Clip. How are you?
Hey, fantastic. We appreciate your time and want to hear some of your memories from playing at Clark LeClaire Stadium and some big moments. But before we get there, Devin, let's find out what you're up to today. Tell us what you're up to these days.
Sure. So I'm actually living out in California, living in the Bay Area. So my wife and I we recently had a pandemic baby. So we just turned 1 year old last week. So it's been an adventure, that's for sure. And to add on top of that, I also just recently transitioned job roles. So recently joined a tech startup. So that's been interesting, but lots of stuff going on. But everything's been great. Nothing to complain about. But excited to see what's going on with ECU baseball, that's for sure.
No doubt. And Devin, great to hear you're doing well, you and your family. And yeah, it is an exciting time around these parts as we get ready for more postseason baseball here in Greenville. The Pirates will take on Norfolk State coming up on Friday in Game 1 of that regional. And Devin, when we hear your name, we think back to 2009 and the Pirates, like that. Nothing's ever easy, Devin, the life of a Pirate. You guys had to fight back and win 2 games there against South Carolina. And, man, the one we remember, you hit a 3-run home run late in that game to tie it up and then knocked in Kyle Roller to win the Greenville Regional. And Devin, we still talk about that here. I don't know how much you think about it and talk about it, but what are your memories from that night at Clark LeClaire?
I mean, such a special game, such a special time for me personally, and I know for the team as well. Every time I think back, and obviously living out in California, I don't have a lot of people who are really, super big Pirate followers, but it's something that I think about consistently, especially with the team getting back to where they left off from 2 years ago. I know that the season was missed last year because of everything going on, but every time I think of baseball, it's tough not to think about that moment where, you know, it was just so special for all of us, and you know, something I think back on all the time, and to have such fond memories of.
It's crazy, Devin. We were playing the highlight clip of Brian Bailey on the local news that night, and he was running over the game highlights, and he had all of yours. But for South Carolina, I mean, they still had two guys playing in the pros right now that hit home runs in that game, Whit Merrifield and also Jackie Bradley Jr. And a lot of people have kind of moved on with their lives. You talked about your child and your business and everything going on, and you still got guys playing in the majors from those teams. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Those guys have definitely carved out a nice little career for themselves in the big leagues, and happy for them. I mean, I know just in my brief time playing against Jackie and Whit as well, but you know, I've heard nothing but special things about those two. So glad to see they're doing well. It's exciting to see, and you know, it's always something whenever you're huddled up watching games with friends. You know, oh, like this is someone we played with or played against or so on. But yeah, we're definitely happy. I'm happy to see some of the guys from ECU carving out some good careers in the big leagues. I know, you know, Sean is still making a splash, you know, and an impact with the Orioles. So happy to see that. And yeah, it's always fun to see some of these guys that you played with or played for or you know, played against that are doing well on a big stage.
Devin, there is a player on this current team, center fielder Bryson Wuerl, who reminds a lot of Pirate fans of yourself because he looks, some guys look like baseball players. He looks like an athlete. He looks like he could play any sport at ECU. And I remember back when you played, you were described that way as well. What sports did you play before you got to ECU? And is that a fair assessment of you, that you look more like an athlete maybe than a ball player?
That's very nice of people to say. But yeah, I was a 3-sport guy in high school, and honestly, football was probably the natural sport that, you know, just was a little more seamless for me jumping into it than any other. You know, and as time grew on, you know, and you honed in on the skills that developed with baseball, you know, that may have changed. But I would never trade the opportunities that I had for being a 3-sport athlete or, you know, playing multiple sports as a kid. I think it develops you in ways that just focusing on one doesn't allow you to. So I'm happy for your center fielder. I mean, it's a fun comparison, and you know, it sounds like he's doing really well as well.
He's having a great year. The Pirates are having a fantastic year. They hope to keep that rolling coming up on Friday as they take on Norfolk State, Charlotte, and Maryland, also part of the Greenville Regional. And for the first time, Devin, in over 2 years, it's going to be a packed house at Clark LeClaire. They've had to play with limited fans up to this point. They're opening it up for the regional. You know what it sounds like in there, and you probably get chills thinking about it, but a lot of people are excited about that too, Devin, to finally return to the ballpark and cheer on the Pirates this weekend.
100%. I mean, just from the big league season starting off this year, seeing a full crowd down in Texas maskless, that was pretty great. Not to not to put my political point of view anywhere, but I'm super happy for the team. It's a special moment having Clark LeClaire packed out. You know, all those fans cheering the team on, and deservedly so. The team's had an outstanding year. So I'm really excited for him. Obviously, Clark LeClaire, it's tough to think of without, thinking of just recently they were celebrating or bringing honor to and awareness to Lou Gehrig's disease. So
yeah,
super great time to be in the Greenville area and cheering on ECU. And I really hope it works out for him. Obviously it's not an easy weekend to get through, but it's a great team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Devin, take us back. What led you to come play baseball for Billy Godwin in East Carolina? What was your recruitment like, and how did you end up at ECU?
So oddly enough, my recruiting was done mostly through Coach Mazey. So
okay.
Coach Mazey's last year was the first year, or his last year was right before I started. So talking with Coach Jarrett and Coach Godwin through the recruitment process, and obviously coming to the facilities, seeing the team, I think that their vision really lined up with what I wanted, and their investment in me. Like I said, at the time I wasn't so much a honed-in baseball player. It was much more raw talent than anything else, and there were certainly things that I needed to work on to make myself a successful player, and it seemed like they really wanted to be on that journey with me. So that's what really attracted me. And obviously, you know, coming to ECU, seeing the game, seeing the impact that the crowd has on the game, it's a lot of fun, and it makes you excited about playing college baseball.
Devin, you mentioned Link Jarrett. I'm glad you did. You know, at Cliff Godwin having such a successful career here at ECU. How about a former ECU assistant, Link Jarrett, and the job he's done at Notre Dame as they win the ACC regular season? They're hosting a regional. And when you think back to learning baseball from Link Jarrett, did you see that, 11, 12 years ago when you were here at ECU, that he'd take over a program one day?
100%. One of the sharpest guys to the day that I had ever been around on a baseball field, and he brings a passion, he brings knowledge that's kind of unparalleled, and I'm really happy that he's had the success that he's had. I know going down to, joining the SEC at one point, and then moving on to another position as a head coach, I believe, at UNCG. So no surprise to see the success that he's having and enjoying like keeping up with his career for sure.
Devin Harris joining us. Devin, we talked about the 2009 regional here in Greenville. You move on to play North Carolina that year in the Supers. East Carolina still trying to make that elusive trip to Omaha. What was playing in a Super like? You were on the road at Chapel Hill that particular year, but with those raised stakes and everything, can you treat it like a normal game, or did it feel different when you're playing in those types of games?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels different. You try to approach it as much as another game, but the reality is it's just not. And especially, every season, I'm sure, with high caliber programs such as ECU, your thought is to get to Omaha and, being 2 wins away and really feeling like we were on the same level as UNC that year. I think we split a couple of games with them during the regular season, and then, who knows what the reasoning for them just, we certainly got outplayed during the series, but I think we didn't put our best foot forward. Maybe that had something to do with coming off a high from the regional, but it's a lot of fun. You play for those types of games where there's opportunity and you want to play against the teams that have those types of guys. I mean, their rotation ended up having a lot of big league experience. They had 2 guys that were had strong big league careers, I think, just out of that draft class alone. So
yeah,
it's a lot of fun, but I guess to answer your question, it's not so much another game, but the slower you can make the game during those times or during those games, it helps out.
And Devin, we've talked about it over the years. There's so many goals that the team sets for themselves going into the season, but it is really key to be one of those top 8 national seeds. Just imagine having a super regional at Clark LeClaire and the advantage that would give ECU. Every time they've been in a super regional, it's been away from Clark LeClaire Stadium.
Absolutely. And can you remind me if they have we ever hosted a super regional, or maybe hosted at the?
They hosted in Kinston, I believe, against Tennessee.
Gotcha.
Before Clark LeClaire Stadium was built, yeah.
Opportunity for Clark LeClaire to host the super regional would just be epic.
Yeah, right. And it's funny that when you hit that 3-run home run, Brian Bailey filmed it, and a fan jumped in front. The fan is actually Britt Johnson, who's an assistant coach at App State baseball now, which is crazy. But he jumps in front of the camera and says, "This is why we built this place." They built Clark LeClaire to host regionals and super regionals and make it bigger than Harrington Field was back in the day. So that is why they built this thing to host those types of events. And it's going to be fun this weekend, Devin. But like we said, it'd be awesome to host a super here one day.
Absolutely. And just in my experience with hosting a regional, I can't imagine what that impact would be to host a super regional. So I hope it works out. I'm excited to see what'll come up with this team. I know they've got the capability, and it's just all about how things will kind of transcribe after that. So,
Devin, as a dad, a father, a husband, and you're in the business world, what role does sports play now in your life? Are you still a fan? You still watch it? You played any pickup games? Where's sports right now on your docket?
So no pickup games, but I think to the my wife is always getting on me about the amount of highlights that I watch at night when I just kind of like finally the baby's down, like sitting down and get to watch some TV. It always tends to go to MLB Network and just kind of keeping up with the games. And,
yeah.
I still try to stay pretty active, but yeah, not haven't gotten into any pickup games just yet. It seems like other things have taken priority, but I'm definitely still in tune with what's going on in the big leagues and seeing some of the guys that are making an impact from ECU is especially fun watching that. So that's kind of the extent of it at this point.
And on that note, Devin, do you notice a big difference when you watch a big league game now from back when you played, as far as the strikeout rate, the home run rate, the lack of batting average, and all the new stats that are in the game, the analytics, that side of the thing? It's changed a lot in the last 10 years since you played here at ECU, right?
It definitely has. I mean, even it's changed a lot in just the last 4 years of, towards the end of my professional career, towards me leaving baseball, the focus that's gone on launch angle and, the three possible outcomes. It's been really, I guess, interesting. It makes me kind of think what it would be like if that was the focus when I was playing. But
right.
Yeah, it's tough to really kind of put my finger on how I feel about it, because I think that there's a legacy towards the way things used to be played, and I'll be the first to tell you I like to see home runs, but it's not as fun watching strikeouts. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. I don't think there's like a concrete answer on it. It's got its positives and negatives for sure. Talking to Devin Harris today. Devin, great to catch up with you, man. We'll let you get back. I heard a bang in the background earlier, so we'll let you get back to what's going on in your home life there.
The little one likes to make her present.
That's awesome. Devin, thanks so much, man. We will keep in touch and talk to you again down the road, but hopefully you can enjoy some Pirate baseball on ESPN3 this weekend and check out the Pirates.
Sounds good, Cliff. I appreciate you having me, man. Good luck this weekend, and hello to the Pirate Nation out there. Enjoy the weekend.
Great to catch up with the former Pirate, Devin Harris, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We will get a break in. We'll come back. We'll talk to David Hall, get a scouting report on Norfolk State, talk a little ODU, see what else David Hall is covering up in VA, as he will join us right here, hour one of Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac XT6 and save over $4,750. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri, 63118.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
You demand perfection.
That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Pirate Radio.
East Carolina deserves to go to Omaha. People should be worried about us. We're going to be really good, and I'm not afraid to say it on record.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Take advantage of the week-long carry-out deal of all 3 topping pizzas for only $7.99. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right. I want to know who...
This Yin Yang Twins instrumental that we're kicking here.
So we run these generic songs so they don't get tagged by YouTube. I want to know, like, who's the guy they brought in to do the part? Yes. All right, we're going to need you for 30 minutes to say yes into a microphone.
It was the third Yin Yang Twin. Is that not included in the group?
The little known Yin Yang Twin. Shake it like a salt shaker. All right. Welcome back into the program. You want to talk some weather, or should we move on?
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
All right. Cliff Godwin says no.
Fair weather, idiot.
No weather talk. Weather will be a bit of a factor, but we'll be playing some baseball this weekend in Greenville, North Carolina at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And first opponent for the Pirates will be Norfolk State coming up at noon on Friday. And David Hall, a familiar name and voice from the past, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. You may remember David from his days, the Kinston Free Press. And David, I thought about you last week because I believe it was last week or over the weekend, the Kinston Indians played for the final time. The Down East Wood Ducks wore those uniforms. They are retiring them now. So officially no more Kinston Indians here around these parts. I know you saw a lot of those games in Granger Stadium in a previous life.
I saw a whole bunch of them in 10 years. And, I was just disappointed they didn't invite me down there to cover that game.
Throw out the first pitch or something, right?
Since the very last game, yeah.
David, I wanted to get you on to talk about what you're doing with the Virginian Pilot. And boy, Old Dominion had a great year. We can talk about that. But first of all, Norfolk State. And before we get started, David, you said make sure that I ask you about an interesting connection between Norfolk State and Keith LeClaire. So let's start there, David. What factoid do you have for us today?
Yeah, Norfolk State's head coach is a guy named Keith Shoemate. He used to coach at North Carolina A&T, so he's definitely been to Clark LeClaire. Interestingly, though, Shoemate's roommate on the road for 4 years at Western Carolina when he was playing there was Keith LeClaire.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I had no idea until I was having a casual conversation with Keith the other day. Yeah, he knew him quite well, and they thought a lot of each other.
Well, I know, yeah. Well, he's got this means something to him coming to Clark LeClaire Stadium to play coming up on Friday. I talked to Philip Boykin. He is an outfielder for Norfolk State, played at North Pitt High School yesterday on the show, David. He said he grew up coming to games at Clark LeClaire Stadium and has been a part of the jungle before, and now he'll be on the other side of it. So pretty cool to have those connections for this game coming up on Friday.
Yeah, if you grew up in Greenville and went to games there, this has got to be like playing in Yankee Stadium. I mean, to a kid, I remember I grew up near Greensboro, and I remember when I went to Greensboro Hornets games all the time. And when I got to play on that field, you'd have thought I'd been inducted into the Hall of Fame in my head.
Right, a special moment for Philip, and I love the coaching connection there too with Keith LeClaire. Talking to David Hall on the Fixed NC Live line. So Norfolk State, David, on the year 25-26, but they win the MEAC championship and move on to face the Pirates. One thing that has stood out all week long that's been talked about quite a bit is how active they are on the base paths and all the stolen bases they have, and that might be one of the reasons that Cliff Godwin is going with the lefty Carson Wisenhunt, who can kind of keep runners at bay at first base if they do get on first. What else? I mean, you can touch on that, but what else do we need to know, David, about this Norfolk State baseball team?
I think they're aggressive. They're not going to be intimidated by any jersey on the other side of the field. Not that they played a really glamorous non-conference schedule, but if you look at their non-conference schedule, I think they went 6-17 non-conference. But a lot of that has to do with their semester starting late and them not getting back on the field until later, and they were doing a whole bunch of bullpen days and weren't getting their pitchers stretched out until maybe late March. So they really came on in the end and won 3 out of 4 against Delaware State to clinch the regular season title, and then went undefeated in the tournament. So they're hot at the right time, and as one of their outfielders told me, in baseball, any team can beat anybody, and that is true. And I think you see that when you see college teams play exhibition games against major league teams, and it does happen. And it's not that the major leaguers aren't trying. Sometimes it's just not your day.
And if you have an ace on the mound, that can be the great equalizer in these games, David. And how about that? From that could be a factor on Friday. What do you think about the arms on this Norfolk State?
When it comes to ERA, but again, a lot of those appearances were mop-up situations that killed their numbers. So it's not they're bad; they're not proven yet. The guy they're running out there Friday, Michael Deloach. He started out in the bullpen, had a really good relief appearance against North Carolina Central. They gave him a tryout in the rotation, and he stuck. And he used a three-pitch mix. Very competitive kid, a lot of movement. I don't think he'll be overmatched by the situation.
David Hall joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, and David from the Virginian Pilot, and it was, the date was March the 3rd. Earlier this year, David, Old Dominion came to Clark LeClaire Stadium and beat the Pirates in 12 innings, 6-5. And at that time, it was like, man, losing midweek to ODU, this is not going to look great on a resume. Well, what a year for the Monarchs this year. They put together a hell of a season, and 42-14 to be exact, and they are the 1 seed down in Columbia at the Columbia Regional. South Carolina, the 2 seed. I guess also, interestingly enough, David, Virginia down there as well. So I know you'll be keeping a close eye on that series. But what a year for ODU, David. What has led to all their success in 2021?
In a word, homers. They lead the nation with 101 home runs. And the stunning thing is, I was just Monday. They came for a celebratory gathering after winning the Conference USA tournament down in Louisiana, and I was over there, and I'm standing beside this kid, Kyle Battle, an outfielder who hit 18 home runs, including the game winner in the Conference USA finals in the 10th inning. Long opposite field shot, and I was standing there beside him. I'm like, man, this is not Kyle Roller of the of yesteryear with ECU, who looked like a weightlifter.
Yeah.
This guy's just like a regular sized guy. They just they're patient. They put good swings on good pitches when they get them, and they pitch well, and that's a pretty good combination.
And again, you got some heavyweights they're playing with down there in Columbia, David. Virginia, Old Dominion, South Carolina. Who do you see coming out of this thing? And whoever does come out of this thing is going to earn it. Some quality teams down there.
I tell you, I like ODU's chances, and the reason is they open with Jacksonville, which is, let's face it, not a very good team. Although anybody playing this time of year is at least decent. But then you got South Carolina and Virginia playing against each other, probably with both teams' aces going head to head. So then by the time ODU gets to whichever team, they're going to be one notch down in the rotation.
Yeah.
ODU's top 2 pitchers are kind of neck and neck. In fact, they were just flip-flopped recently because the number 1 guy came in and got 4 outs in the championship game on Sunday. They wanted to make sure he was fresh for Saturday. So, I really like ODU's chances, especially in a ballpark in Columbia where the ball travels, and it is definitely a power hitter friendly park.
David Hall joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, talking Norfolk State, talking ODU. And David, we carry Baltimore Orioles baseball here on Pirate Radio. Break up the O's. They're red hot. They've won 2 in a row. I know they lost 14 in a row before that, but they have won 2 straight. David, how much Norfolk Tides baseball have you seen this year? And I guess a 3-part question: is help on the way for Baltimore? And if so, at what point will that help arrive in Baltimore? Well, what's it looking like down on the farm, David?
Well, the Tides are 9-15, but they've won 6 out of the last 10. They started off really bad. The pitching has improved quite a bit in recent days. Their help is on the way, and a lot of the help has already been there and come back. Guys like Stevie Wilkerson, Chance Sisco are on the roster now. Keegan Akins, a pitcher. The interesting thing is some of the relatives of some of the people on the Tides roster. You got Ryan Ripken, who's Cal's kid. Mm-hmm. You got Zach Jarrett, whose father is a NASCAR legend, Dale Jarrett, and Tyler Nevin, whose dad, Phil Nevin.
Phil Nevin. Wow, I hadn't heard that name in a while. I knew somebody had messaged me, David, saying they went to a game and saw Jarrett and Ripken, and I thought that was pretty neat. And then throw in a Nevin too. That's a heck of a. They got like the mini Blue Jays, what the Blue Jays have on their major league roster right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're and it's an interesting team to watch. A good mix of veterans and young guys, prospects. Hunter Harvey, who throws 1,000,000 miles an hour and wears a crazy mullet. He's back, but he's supposedly going back to Baltimore very soon, dealing with an injury. But yeah, it's been a fun group to watch.
They opened up Granger Stadium full capacity a couple weeks ago, David, and been some great crowds out there at historic Granger Stadium. How about there? And they're opening up Clark LeClaire this weekend, so it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere here in Greenville. How about up there, David? How much do people miss minor league baseball? How much do people miss going to events? And has that shown in the crowds up there in Norfolk?
Big time. They opened the first homestand at 38% capacity. That was based on some local mandate. And then when the governor of Virginia opened things up last Friday, they opened to a full house. They were anticipating a sellout last Saturday with fireworks after the game, and it rained. So that's just the way it goes in minors. But they'll make that up when the team comes back, and everything will even out. But yeah, I can tell you, walking around Harbor Park, people were just thrilled to be there and thrilled to be out of the house. I think
definitely
you could probably put a gerbil race out on in charge admission at this point.
That's a good point. Hey, you should Shark Tank that idea, David. It might be a moneymaker for you. David Hall joining us from the Virginian Pilot. David, always enjoyed talking baseball with you, and anything else you got going on we need to know about, and if we need to know more about Norfolk State, where can we check it out?
Well, you go to pilotonline.com. I recently did a feature on the guy who will start Saturday for Norfolk State, as far as I know. A kid named Danny Hosley, and he's one of the most interesting players in the country, I would say, because he's a catcher / pitcher / shortstop. He is.
You remember, Ronnie Woodward from the Reflector, David? I'm sure you remember him.
Of course.
Yeah, we were going over their roster Monday. He was here on the show, and during the break, he was looking over at the roster, and he said, "This has to be a mistake." Like pitcher, catcher, but no, he is legit, and David Hall is going to tell us all about him. Check out the article, right?
Yeah, if you search for his name, Danny Hosley, Hosley, on Google, it'll come right up. He was an all-state catcher in high school, but he got hardly a sniff from anybody, just a couple of D3 schools. And he had not filled out his college applications on time or something. He discovered that the University of Northern Colorado had rolling admission, so they didn't have a deadline. You could start any time there. So he went out there for a semester with no plans to play any sports. He was playing rec league basketball and stuff. And then he started to miss baseball. And so he put in a call to his high school coach, who put in a call to a community college in Virginia. He got on that team. Norfolk State's coach saw him at a showcase, catching one game and pitching the next. And he's like, I got to have this guy. And now this guy's he's having one of the best two-way seasons in the country. He's one of 5 finalists for that John Overwood two-way award. So, it's quite a story for somebody who was, he told me he was done with baseball during that one semester, and then all of a sudden he's like, nah, I think I'll give it another shot.
Wow, that is a cool story. Check that out online. Dave, what'd you say the website is to check out?
It's pilotonline.com.
There you go. David, always enjoy it, man. We'll talk to you again down the road, talk more baseball with you, and everything going good for you up there in Virginia, in your world?
Yeah, like I said a while ago, I'm just glad to be getting out of the house again.
Yeah.
It's been a long year.
Although your Twitter profile does say avid endorsement. You've got a lot of that in the last year, I guess.
I might want to reconsider that now. It's been a little much. The cats are sick of me, and yeah, it's time to get out. But I wanted to say I'm sorry I missed Devin Harris.
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
Getting quite well, and I can't tell you how many times through covering all these years in the minor leagues that I've run into players who played in that game, like Jackie Bradley Jr. or Whit Merrifield.
Yeah.
Of course, Mike Wright was here for 5 years. I saw him last week. Just the Charlotte Knights. John Armstrong now with the Orioles, all these guys.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that game so vividly, as do I. It was incredible.
Yeah, and we went over some of those names with Devin. That was, and then they went on to play North Carolina after that, David, with a bunch of big leaguers, and I'm sure a lot of minor league guys that you saw through the years. So that's pretty cool. And speaking of which, David, keep your eye out now. Shirley Rhodes does a great job of updating us every day on how former Pirates are doing in the minors, and we got a ton of guys right now coming up in the minors from East Carolina.
Oh, seems like it's always that way.
Yeah,
and always has been that way. Yeah, and baseball is such a small world. I run into guys I've known for 10, 12 years all the time. Pretty neat.
Yep. David, always enjoy it, man. You have a fantastic rest of your week and weekend, and we will talk to you again down the road, man.
I appreciate it, Clip. Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you. There is David Hall joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We will take a timeout, come back. I had planned on both of these guys being in studio. I know Igoe's a phoner because he's precious and can't get wet, apparently. So we'll call him later in the hour. I don't know if Corey Gloor is going to be in studio or on the phone, but we'll find out in the next 4 minutes. Corey Gloor will join us one way or the other. When we return, we'll talk more Pirate baseball right after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Troy D here, excited about the NCAA Regional Baseball Weekend in Greenville. And Pirate Radio has a special gift for you. Stop by UBE beginning this Friday at 9 a.m. and get your free shirt while supplies last. It's first come, first serve, and only one shirt per person. Get your regional weekend started right at UBE this Friday at 9 a.m. and pick up your brand new Birdhouse Pirate Radio t-shirt for free, exclusively from Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. And go Pirates!
Introducing Tommy Club, the best car wash value anywhere. Starting at just $19.99 a month, you can wash your car as often as you like, and also take advantage of our express lanes exclusively for Tommy Club members. You can enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride to a spot-free shine faster and as often as you like when you're a member of Tommy Club. Plus, our vacuums and mat washers are always free. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina for over 83 years. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com, or you can visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live still to come on today's show. Stephen Igoe will join us in just a little bit. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau, will talk about tonight's do or die NBA playoff games, a little Major League Baseball, and more at the tail end of this hour and at 5 o'clock. Troy D will be alongside. We'll hear more from Cliff Godwin, more from Connor Norby and Gavin Williams, and we might talk about the weather, Shirley, because that is
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Corey, how's the weather where you are currently?
Oh, it's coming down out there. Oh,
that
was a real gully washer out there right now, guys.
Midwestern as it gets right there.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Our next guest, Stephen Igoe, has opted out, which is his choice, his freedom to do so.
I came in because I was anticipating like a 3-man booth, and we were going to just...
Fun little round table?
Yeah, have a little fun.
Yeah.
And nope.
Me.
It's man-to-man, not zone.
Sorry to disappoint. Corey Gloor getting ready for the 2021 Greenville Regional. Norfolk State first up, scheduled for noon on Friday. And Carson Wisdenhunt going to get the ball, Corey Gloor. Unfortunately, I did not get to ask you the question of the week before it was announced.
Who's starting?
Yeah, who did you think was going to start? Well, I wasn't going to ask you like who's starting. I was going to ask you who Coach Gloor would put on the mound for Game 1.
Well, this is nothing against Carson. I did not think he would get the ball tomorrow, but then diving into Norfolk a little bit more and understanding how speedy they are, they have 6th most stolen bases in the country, and they hit about 30 points less against lefties. So I think there's your call when it comes to why Carson gets the ball tomorrow rather than Gavin or Tyler.
Makes a lot of sense when you put it that way, and you leave Gavin Williams ready to go for Maryland or Charlotte, and then you go from there after that. The Pirates have not made it easy on themselves in these regionals that they've hosted, Corey. And now when they went to Charlottesville, and you have the great call, Travis Watkins hitting a bomb, they did go win there and move on to a super. Here at home, it has been more difficult. They have found themselves in the losers bracket trying to fight their way out. They couldn't do it in 2018. They did do it in 19.
Yeah, I mean, they did win the opener in 18, but then they lost to South Carolina, and that was like a 9:30 start time. So it was a weird late night on a Saturday night, and then there was the rain in the middle of that next game against UNCW, and that really disrupted the whole thing. But yes, there are about 5% of teams in this format that have ever lost the first game and made it out of a regional, and the Pirates did that last year.
Wow. So, how many?
About 5%. Like, man, it's very rare. Hard to do. And I don't recommend trying that again. I'll say that. I mean, you can go back as late as last week and see how difficult doing something like that can be, where if you lose the first game of a tournament situation, you are putting yourself so behind the 8 ball that you have to play lights out the rest of the way. The Pirates did that in 2019. They nearly did that last week in Clearwater, just not quite enough. So if you want to make it through this regional, put your eggs in the basket of making sure you take care of Norfolk first.
You didn't want to go into a regional, Corey, losers of 4 in a row, and that would leave a bad taste in your mouth. I thought, and I don't know if it'll have anything to do with the performance this weekend, but to win those 3 games, coming off 3 straight losses, I felt like that
was a little bit more like themselves, unlike how things ended in Tampa, and certainly that first game of the tournament. They used just their 1 through 9 unbelievable offensive attack against Cincinnati, found just enough pitching to get it done. Then they waxed Memphis, and when you have Gavin Williams on the mound, it hasn't just been what he's done on the hill, but the lineup behind him has been so on point when he's pitching. And then you get Carson pitching extremely well against UCF, and they do just enough to scrape out enough runs to push that to a 7th game on that side of the bracket. They looked more like the team that we saw for the bulk of the year to make that run to the weekend in Clearwater. So I think they realized that after that first game against Memphis, that it was we can't just show up and get it done. Like, we got to actually go out there and do it. And so hopefully that is a good omen for things tomorrow when they take on the Spartans.
The late great Harry Carey used to say, save some for tomorrow, when the Cubs would score 8 or 10 or 12 runs. And I feel that way every time. Yeah,
it's not great.
Your best.
Need to have some brown liquor in my hand.
There you go. I feel that way every time Gavin Williams pitches, because they always get tremendous run support. Is there anything like scientific to that, or is it just one of those things like
they're putting up 10 runs a game when he's pitching? It's
crazy.
And I mean, it's unbelievable.
And they don't need him.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a little bit of a bounce to their step when he's on the mound.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of know that they're going to get something great from him.
Probably takes pressure off in the batter's box and all that stuff.
Yeah, and, and the chance that, like, say Gavin does get hit a little bit this weekend, whomever he sees, well, this lineup is still at a point where when he's pitching, they are at a level. So, even if there is a hiccup this weekend with Gavin, this offense just knows how to perform when he's on the mound.
Corey, have you looked at the arms on these teams that are here for the Greenville Regional and seen guys you would like to miss if you're East Carolina? Who are the top arms that we could potentially see this weekend?
Well, I think it was going to be interesting to me who Norfolk was going to throw out there. They had 2 guys that they could choose, and they're going with the lefty and James DeLoach. They have one of the better two-way players in the country. That's also, he'll go game 2, and Danny Hosley, whichever side of the bracket they wind up in. But that's their 1-2 punch, and the fact that they're throwing the lefty there, I'm not terribly surprised they're going with the left-hander there, because the Pirates do remake their lineup a little bit with left-handers on the mound. So you switch, Wuerl over to the left side, which is his weaker side. You switch Makarevich to his left side, and even in recent weeks, the Pirates haven't played Makarevich against a lefty pitcher, and so things get a little bit different looking with the lineup when they're seeing a left-handed pitcher, and so the fact that they're going with that is not a big surprise. Maryland has a couple of guys at the front of the rotation. They got a freshman who's been really good, leading the way right now at the front of the rotation. Then Charlotte, said Cincinnati. Charlotte, who we saw back in March, they still have the Bryce McGowan and Andrew Lindsay at the front of the rotation, who have taken a little bit of a step back ever since we saw them in March, but that's still quite a 1-2 punch leading things there, and they have one of the better closers in the country waiting as well.
Charlotte's league better than we anticipated, probably back when we played them. Charlotte better as a team than we thought. Although you did mention, I remember you breaking them down, Corey, before you called that series, that they just had a ton of new faces. And it was probably, and I said this the other day, it's not like basketball and football where a team gels over time. Like baseball is more individualized than those sports, obviously, but there probably is something to getting them earlier in the year as opposed to later in the year when they do have their teammates figured out. You know what I mean?
Totally. And what Conference USA has done this year, I mean, they've been far and away better than the American, and there are a ton of teams in there with just so much power up and down the lineup, and Charlotte's at the top of that list. But they remind me a little bit of the 2019 Campbell team that came in for that regional, who was a 3 seed that year, but that team had a ton of transfers on it as well. And so as the season went along, you saw that team get together and figure out who belongs where and what the lineup's going to look like. That's happened with Charlotte. And when they came in middle of March, I think everyone walked out of that series seeing 3-0 for the Pirates, but also seeing just what the talent level was in that Charlotte team and saying, yeah, that's going to be someone to combat with here. Maybe not as soon as we were expecting. The fact that they won the regular season championship and are here as a 2 seed, I think, I'm not sure I anticipated that after I saw them in March, but what they've done since they came here to Greenville, they're certainly not leaving much doubt as to what they are as a team this year.
Corey Gloor joining us. A little breaking news. Just saw it on Free PR 927 FM on Twitter. Our backup Twitter site, since our first one's still down. Glenn had a good tweet about that earlier today that I can't read on the air. the St. Louis Cardinals announced their minor league player of the month.
I think I know who this will be.
All right, I'm going to let you take a guess, Corey. You can, put your reputation on the line here. If you miss this, you could be a giant joke and a big phony and get ran out of town, but maybe you'll get it right.
Well, judging by every other night, I'm seeing a video of Alec Burleson cranking a home run and whatever level of ball he's playing. I'm going to wager he got some accolades.
Alec Burleson is correct. You've saved your job, your reputation, your life here in Greenville, North Carolina. Burley, man, and you've called minor league baseball in the past. How rare is it to see a guy move up in 2 weeks like he did? And since moving up, he has not missed a beat at AA.
And the fact that he started at high A and moved up as quick as he did, he jumped right over low A.
True.
And so the fact that he spent 2 weeks at high A ball, he's seeing professional live pitching. And high A is when you usually start to get a little bit more refined elements from your pitchers, and the velocity is a little bit more controlled. It's not as raw. And the fact that he took care of that in lightning speed and now has done exactly that in AA. The Cardinals are usually one to slow play things in terms of their farm system. He might make that pretty hard to do with what he's done in his first month. I mean, it was first month, right? They started in May. I mean, it is very rare for a guy. He was second round pick, and so I think St. Louis knew that this was possible, but to happen at this speed is something else.
He has been fantastic. Also has made a few web gems early on.
Opening night
in this 2021 season. Corey Gloor here inside the Pirate Radio studios. We talked to Jake Agnos yesterday.
That was a great interview. Yes.
He is amazing to talk to. Just love Jake.
He could take our jobs in a heartbeat.
No doubt. He'd be a great analyst. He'd be a great TV guy during a ball game. When you have all those games during the summer and you get to the storytelling mode, Jake would be fantastic at that part of it. Talked about his brother Zach and how he got in on the mound last week, and also how Corey, his second half of the season, I don't know the exact date, kind of when the average started to go up and he started to hit the ball better, but he's second on the team in doubles, by far the leader on the team in walks, and has had a great end to the season, and we'll see if he can parlay that into a big time postseason for ECU.
Yeah, I think there are going to be so many eyes on a guy like Norby this weekend because of what he's done this year. It's easy to forget that this will be his first spin around the track in a regional because he wasn't playing in 2019 pretty regularly. Same with Agnos, first spin for him in this tournament, and what he did in the last 7 weeks of the year. It was kind of that first, the Memphis series back here in Greenville, that second week of the year. That's when he hit a home run. That's when he started kind of getting his feet underneath him a little bit with the bat, and he's just taken off ever since. And he's earned second team all conference explicitly because of what he's done in league play. And so to get that level of production from your third baseman after you've had it all year at second and first, as well as your catching position, that's what's, the lineup has gone so much deeper now. And now with the last couple of weeks and what Wuerl's surge has done at the plate, and he's looked like the player we all know he could be. And hopefully he's 100% for this weekend. Now this lineup is as menacing as we knew it was.
When you mentioned that at the tail end there, he's playing.
He's going to play. Okay, he got injured last game in Clearwater, very first play. It looked like he's reaching up for a ball in center field, and as he was kind of at the apex of reaching up for it, his shoulder banged into the wall, and it caused him to leave the game earlier on that Saturday. So, that kid has had plenty of bumps and bruises, and he can take a lick, so he'll be in there. And the Pirates are certainly hoping that he's the guy that we've seen the last couple weeks of the year.
Speaking of which, did you see the collision yesterday? I was just thinking about the Norby-Hoover collision earlier this year. Did you see the one in Wrigley yesterday with the Padres players?
I did not, no.
Oof, it was an ugly one, banging heads, and both guys laid on the ground, left the game. That seems like a lifetime ago that injury occurred, and Lane Hoover now obviously has been back in the lineup, and Norby, according to Cliff Godwin and others, has been dealing with a lingering injury
since then,
and is still the player of the year and hit over 400. And
love to see him healthy.
Yeah, right.
If he's doing this when he's banged up, I can't imagine a healthy Connor Norby.
Yeah. Corey Gloor here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Let's take a time out. When we return, we'll have more Corey Gloor and a little bit of Stephen Igoe to go along with it. More ECU baseball talk on the way when we return after this.
let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late.
You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your wild cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't.
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in zero sugar. That's what I like.
E&S Hemp Company in Winterville is your premier CBD store. At E&S Hemp Company, they have helped hundreds of people just like you get relief from joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more by providing you the highest quality of CBD products available. E&S Hemp Company has a great selection of only the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp-infused products available, from honey, tea, coffee, candles, and more. E&S Hemp Company, Fire Tower Road in Winterville, and online at eshempcompany.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today. North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park, or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation, or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you. Back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Corey Gloor alongside. We got the big dog, Glenn Griffin.
You finally fired Chandler.
What do you mean finally?
Wow.
Let's see.
Long time coming.
Long time coming. That guy. He is in Key West right now. Someone asked, it was Tony Dunn, who will be here on Friday, said, how does that broke kid get to do all this fun stuff?
I have been upset about it for a month.
Oh, I know. You were cursing at the Monday meeting.
That's not new.
Well, that's true. But this time,
Monday.
it was about Chandler.
At Chandler,
yeah.
I just, we've got to get it in the handbook that you don't get regional weekend off.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have no responsibilities. You just have to go to the games. You have to go to one game. You have to make an appearance.
Get him on the phone.
Get him back here to Greenville.
I mean, even I'm going to make an appearance this weekend.
Everybody
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. And that's rare because I usually don't go anywhere.
We got to show face at this thing.
Yeah, well.
That's not softball related.
Fine, I'll come as well.
Thank you for your efforts.
Corey Gloor will be there. Stephen Igoe will be there, unless it rains.
Then he's just going to stay home, apparently.
I don't care about the weather.
Stephen, how you doing?
Doing good, guys. I'm still waiting to know, not to continue to call out Coach Godwin, but I'm still waiting to know what Greenville or ECU Regional was not impacted by weather.
2009, Stephen. I don't remember that one, but I know all the recent ones have been impacted in a big way by weather.
Yeah, I mean, they had to play 2 games on Saturday in 2009. I was at the 2001 Regional as a 9-year-old kid, and I remember sitting under the bleachers in Wilson for like 3 hours waiting for the game. In 2004, I just looked up, and that was scheduled to be played Friday through Saturday. They didn't start playing until Saturday, so I'm assuming that was weather. I was at the 2004 Regional in Kinston as well, but I can't remember. But it's always a storyline.
I think I know what Coach Godwin was trying to infer there, and that rain has not been a reason as to why they've won or lost a regional. But in my time, this will be my 4th regional calling here at East Carolina, and this one looks as though rain will be involved tomorrow.
As have the others.
As have the other ones I've called. It's 16 in Charlottesville. That championship round was impacted by rain. Things moved around. Then certainly 18 and 19 and 18 was the in the middle of the UNCW game, and I mean came back and boom goes the dynamite, and that was done. And then 19 was 19, and then they lost the first game on a Saturday, and then had to win 4 games in 2 days, and that was that. So I think what he was trying to get across there was that they have never really looked at the weather and said that's why this game went that way, that's why this regional went this way. But yes, you can pretty much put your money on the fact that when Greenville's hosting a regional, there will be rain involved.
Yeah,
like right now.
It's got to the point now where, especially, I guess it's just this time of year, but you're talking about a situation where there were like drought-like conditions. And as soon as it's announced that ECU is going to have a regional, boy, does it open up. And it's just, it sucks. It's something that nobody can control, but it is a storyline because it affects how you have to approach things.
I've been vouching for a dome on this stadium ever since I walked onto campus. So
nobody will listen to you.
Nobody's been listening to me for 6 years.
Hey, let's get an indoor practice facility first, and then maybe we can worry about a retractable roof.
How about a hybrid in there? Build a baseball diamond in the indoor.
Yeah, that might work.
Let's do it.
Hello, are you listening, John Gilbert?
Hello.
Hello. Igoe, Norfolk State. What do you know about the Spartans coming up? We'll see on Friday.
Looking at their starters numbers, James DeLoach, I was honestly kind of surprised that they didn't go with the two-way guy. His name escapes me at the moment because he's got better command and his numbers.
Danny Hosley, yeah.
Yeah. But DeLoach, you look at him, he's actually coming into the tournament with 22 consecutive scoreless innings, but he's had some command issues. 41 walks in 66 innings, and, his strikeout numbers are pretty high. But, it's just a case where if ECU plays like they're capable of and has a strong plate approach, I think this is the game that should be able to handle business. But, Norfolk State, if you put them all on base, they do have a couple of hitters at the top of the lineup that can hit and run. so they can manufacture runs. They're not a big power team, but they're certainly capable of coming in here and scoring some runs if ECU doesn't pitch. But overall, the Pirates have better talent across the board. If they play their type of baseball, I don't think they'll have much of a problem whenever they do get a chance to play.
Yeah, I'm going to be fascinated as to how this Pirate lineup goes to start here in the first 2-3 innings, or at least first trip through the order against Deloach, because you're right, Stephen, there's a high walk number there. I think it's at least 4 walks in 7 of his outings this year. But he has a ton of strikeouts that he's racked up as well. So that screams effectively wild, which has been at times could be a thorn in this lineup side, especially from the lefty slot. So I wasn't terribly surprised they went with him, because we were talking earlier, Igoe, about how the Pirates will remake their lineup a little bit against a lefty pitcher, and so I think this was kind of a design by Keith Shoemate, the head coach of Norfolk, to roll his dice with a guy who the last 3 outings has been as good as anybody, and you're right, 22 scoreless innings heading in. So, but the fact of the matter, not just for tomorrow, but for this regional, is that the Pirates have the best talent. They have the deepest pitching staff, which is so crucial in a weekend like this, and their lineup stacks up with any of the 3 other teams that they're going to see here, even Charlotte with their home run power. If they play the way they know they're capable of playing, like we saw for most of the week in Clearwater, then they're going to come out of this regional with a win.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a situation where ECU is the best team. I do think Charlotte and Maryland are certainly sneaky and have some parts that can really change the regional, so to speak. But at the end of the day, ECU across the board, probably has the deepest pitching staff, as you mentioned, has the most complete offense, probably has some of the best defense outside of maybe a few guys on Maryland up the middle. But man, it's it'll be interesting. You never know how guys are going to react when you get in a regional environment. The one thing I do like about this field is ECU really has the only experience of teams in a regional field. In terms of Maryland last went in 2017, they might still have a few leftovers. Not sure. Charlotte hasn't been in a decade, and Norfolk State's never been. So if you're counting on guys to perform as normal in a regional environment, you would think you would have to lean towards ECU, even though you still have some young guys on the team that have never been starters on a regional team like the Connor Norbies. So we'll see how it unfolds, but I do like how the Pirates sit heading into this thing.
There's going to be a shock factor for Norfolk State when they go on the field and hear all those fans at Clark LeClaire, and there might be some of that for ECU too. None of these teams have been in an atmosphere they're going to be in this weekend in well over a year.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 years for most of these guys here, and by my counts, there's only one guy on that Maryland roster that was part of that 2017 tournament team. Everyone else has not been, and Norfolk doesn't have anybody. Charlotte's going to have 1 or 2, but they were there with other teams. And the other side is that none of the other head coaches have ever been a head coach in a regional as well. They've been assistants somewhere, like Robert Woodard, obviously, was an assistant at Carolina for a while, and Keith Shoemate was with A&T when they went back in 2005, and Rob Vaughn's younger than I am, and he was an assistant with Maryland when they went to back-to-back supers in 14 and 15. None of those guys have been head coaches in NCAA tournaments yet, so there is a ton of experience element to ECU in this in terms of dealing and managing a regional weekend as opposed to the other 3 teams.
One thing, I don't know if y'all talked about this yet, but I looked at Charlotte's website earlier. It looks like Charlotte will throw Andrew Lindsay into game 1, and Maryland is throwing their freshman Jason Savicle. And both pitching staffs basically have a guy who's projected to be a top 5-round pick in the upcoming draft, and neither is throwing in game 1. We saw Bryson McGowan from Charlotte earlier this year, and then Sean Burt from Maryland, 6'6" righty, up to 95, has been a stud this year in terms of strikeouts. So whoever wins that game is going to have a stud available for the Saturday game, or whoever loses if ECU gets tripped up. So that second game, potentially Gavin Williams versus one of those guys, could be a very exciting pitching matchup.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us. Corey Gloor alongside. Guys, when ECU is alive in the tournament, I will, if I'm not at Clark LeClaire and ECU's not playing, watch whatever games are going on in college baseball. Once ECU loses, I'm out. I don't care anymore. But I'll be logged in. Corey, Steven, we'll start with you, Corey. Any teams, any regionals in particular you're going to keep an eye on outside of the one going on here in Greenville that you're interested in?
Go Fairfield.
Yeah, that's a great story.
They just lost the conference
Steven wanted
player
to
of the
keep
year.
him out of the tournament.
Oh, Steven, that's why you're not in the studio right now. That's why you're tucked away at home and not rooting for the Stags.
Saying that for the record.
What?
I don't remember ever saying that Fairfield should not be in the tournament.
Maybe you said they shouldn't host.
They did just lose the conference player of the year to an injury, though, so their uphill sledding continues. I'll be watching what South Florida does in Gainesville because carry the conference flag a little bit, but those arms that they have can cause a lot of damage as a 4 seed, and so I'm fascinated to see how they react. Suddenly being in a tournament that they weren't expecting to be in against a regional in Florida that, frankly, I think is gettable even as a 4 seed. So I'm fascinated to see what that young lineup and those really impressive arms for the Bulls do.
I'll throw one out real quick. Hopefully I don't steal yours, Igoe, but we talked about it with David Hall last hour. What does ODU do as a 1 seed with Virginia in that region? And, of course, South Carolina will play home games in that regional, so I'll keep an eye on that one for sure. Igoe, any interest out there outside of Greenville?
Definitely the ODU regional, just in terms of, I think Virginia, South Carolina, and Old Dominion are all capable of winning that. So that's kind of a fascinating regional. How much will South Carolina's home field advantage play? And then they have to go against the ace, and Andrew Abbott right out of the gate from UVA. So that'll be an interesting matchup. But obviously the Vanderbilt regional, just because it's tied to ECU, Georgia Tech, Indiana State have any capability of knocking off the defending champs. Looking at Georgia Tech's numbers, really kind of unimpressive for a 2 seed as a team. They do hit pretty well, but their pitching numbers are not good. Indiana State almost has much better pitching numbers, and of course they're coming out of a weaker conference, but still a pretty good conference. So, wouldn't be surprised if Indiana State gives Vandy just as much of a run as Georgia Tech does, but we'll see how that unfolds. And how does Tennessee do in their first time hosting in a while in terms of being a national seed in a very tough draw? I mean, they got Wright State, who, as the number 3 national seed, getting Wright State as a 4 seed is just a brutal draw, along with the other competition in that regional. So it'll be a fascinating weekend.
Yeah, I think Knoxville could be pretty bloody. With Duke going into there in a 12-game winning streak, and I think that the 1 through 4, that might be the deepest regional. The fact that Notre Dame wasn't a national seed, then they get Michigan and UConn coming in, and Central Michigan is also really good. That's a rough go for Notre Dame, that they're a 10 seed 1, and then they get that draw for their regional as well. So Knoxville and South Bend could be pretty fun to watch.
That would have been something I should have researched. The best 2-3 games, obviously, but the best 1-4 matchups, potential upsets, and I guess Wright State is
Wright State and Tennessee might be one to watch. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give Florida, South Florida. I'll keep your eye on that one.
All right, keep an eye on the Bulls. Igoe, thanks for joining us today. If folks want to do some last-minute reading on the Greenville Regional, ECU, and Norfolk State, and you got previews for Charlotte and Maryland as well, folks can check it out at Hoist the Colors. Anything else we need to know about?
I wrote my first article about an in-person recruiting visit in basically almost a year and a half last night, so that felt
great.
Good. Carter Wyatt from West Brunswick visited and had a good time, so we'll have a ton of recruiting coverage throughout the weekend as well as business start back up.
Igoe, the Nuggets play at 8 tonight. You'll be able to watch it. Do they close out the series with Portland?
I'm going to say no. They've struggled for the most part at Portland, and they always seem to, for whatever reason, be lax after a win. So I think that they're going to let it go 7, but then they'll wrap it up at home.
Damian Lillard has been awesome, but has not got enough help right now. The Nuggets leading that series 3-2. Igoe, thanks for joining us, man. We'll see you at Clark LeClaire.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. And Corey, how you feeling about your... Yeah, it was abrupt.
Bye, Stephen. Jeez.
Well, he hung up on us.
Not like he has traffic to beat.
Jerk. The Bucks Nets, huh?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel typical
Corey Gloor.
I feel typical Bucks fan Corey Gloor, where I do like the Bucs' chances of getting out of that successfully, because I don't think the Nets have the capability of stopping the Bucs. Now, I don't think the Bucs have the full capability of stopping the Nets either with their big three shooters, but in the matchups in the regular season, they have had nothing to have any sort of resistance against Giannis, and so I think that continues. So,
wow, you are way more optimistic than I anticipated.
You made it sound like the Nets are going to get swept.
I know. I'm shocked right now. Give me the classic Bucs tagline, Bucs and 6. For this series as well. And if that doesn't happen, then they'll be looking for a new coach. It's pretty simple, actually.
Bud.
I mean, I agree with you there. If you don't, but
got to make a run.
If he gets it to 7, though, does he stay?
No, he doesn't. Like that was preseason. Like the pressure is completely on after.
Hot seat is real.
It's cooking, and if he can't get out of the second round for the second year in a row, good night.
No, good night, Irene.
Tough draw. Man,
tough draw,
Tough business.
You'd much rather be on the other side of the bracket, having to deal with the Sixers, probably.
I would think so, especially if Embiid is banged up.
Yeah.
All right, Corey, thanks for hanging out, man.
Hey, Clip, Shirley, and not Chandler. Thank you for inviting me into your homes for another go here on Pirate Radio Live, and I will see, it sounds like, all of you at some point this weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium.
Coach O will not be with you on the call, so if you get lonely, you can always send me a text or a...
I'm always lonely and always needing comfort from you, Clip.
All right, well, I'll give you Glenn's number.
You are right next door, Clip. You can just step over.
Yeah, you can just come say hi.
Hey, Corey.
I mean, it's not like you're working.
Whoa, easy now, easy.
Now batting... Number 1, Connor Norby. See, it's an easy job.
What a jerk.
Because sandwich. Do you still do that?
No, we don't do that anymore. Because sandwich. What a run we had, though. We will take a time out, come back, and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live on this Thursday. Back with you after this. Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number 1.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howabouttoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. Shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for Pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on PRL here on a Thursday. Man, we've had a great show thus far, getting you ready for the 2021 ECU Baseball Regional at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We've talked to Devin Harris. David Hall gave us the Norfolk State perspective. Great to have Corey Gloor in the studio and Stephen Igoe on the phone. We'll get back to the ECU baseball talk coming up at 5 o'clock with Troy D inside the Pirate Radio studios and comments from Cliff Godwin, Connor Norby, Gavin Williams. But real quick, we'll look at what else is going on in the world of sports. Jeff Nadeau, the big man on campus, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
Good, Clip. Thanks for having me as always.
Yes, sir. And Jeff, I think back to before the NBA playoffs began, we were going over some series prices, and Knicks and Hawks were pretty even, and you were adamant that the Hawks were the better team in this series. And same thing for I know a plus money one that you liked was the Mavericks over the Clippers. And last night, the Hawks take care of the series against New York. Winner there, and now if the Mavericks can win a home game, which neither team has done in this Clippers-Mavs series, they can knock off the Clippers in round one. So I thought about those last night watching those games, Jeff, that you were on those from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm also sitting on the Portland Trailblazers. I'm going to need them to get the job done tonight because I have them to win in 7. I went a little deeper with it.
Oh, wow.
Would like to see the Mavs obviously close it out, but the Hawks were a big one. I was very happy with that one. I loved that price in the beginning. And, looking forward, I have to admit, I'm a little surprised at some ones that are coming out for the next series. So, yeah, I think they're definitely good value. Obviously, you don't have to wait very long. And if you can kind of foresee and kind of be able to, figure out kind of where teams are with injuries and things like that, you can do some good things with them.
Nuggets-Blazers series has been awesome, and if the Blazers can win at home tonight, it will stretch it to a Game 7. Damian Lillard coming off that 55-point performance where he hits a 3 to send it into overtime and a 3 to send it into double overtime, and those words don't do it justice. The plays he was making a couple of nights ago. Tonight, they are at home. They are the favorite, Jeff, and you think they can get it done at home against the Nuggets tonight?
I do. I think they can. I mean, this series is so weird. I mean, you have, on one end, you have a team in the Portland Trailblazers that get 55 from Dame Lillard and lose.
Yeah.
The night before they played, the game before, what was he, 1 for 10, played 30 minutes?
Had like 10 points or something, yeah.
Or yeah, they won. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just a weird series. I'm going with what's not broke, don't fix it. I'm going to go over again in this game.
Oh, yeah.
4 out of 5 it's come in. These teams are just too efficient. They're not good enough defensively. I also like the Dame Lillard over 4.5 threes. I played that. Don't know if you can still get that number, but he's attempted, I think, 50 threes over the last 3 games. He's putting up crazy volume, and I think he's hit 5 or more threes in 5 of the last 6 games. So the only one was that very poor performance he had. So, he's going to have to put a lot of shots up. I think for them to win this game, he's going to have to score 40. I'm definitely like an over 4.5 threes.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jeff's been riding the over in this series all the way along. Jeff, I asked you about hedging quite a bit. I'm assuming that was a pretty darn good price you got Blazers in 7 for. So if you get that, do you try to double up and do something with the Nuggets there, or do you hedge? Like, what do you do if it gets to a Game 7 and you're holding that ticket? Do you just let it ride, or do you do anything else with it?
Yeah, I mean, I let it ride. I'm gonna, I'm obviously going to be playing Denver at home, but I'm confident in a one-off game that Portland can beat Denver. I'm actually surprised they're down 3-2. To be real honest with you, I thought the series was going to go 7 from the beginning, and it seems to be shaping up that way. But no, I'm not going to hedge. I don't. There wouldn't be for me. I have them as, to me, the favorite in a coin flip. So. It'll be a great end of the series. I hope we get it.
Yeah.
I hope we see 1 or 2 Game 7s. But yeah, I'm going to just kind of stay home with where I'm at with it.
Will the Lakers take Phoenix to a Game 7? A pitiful performance the other night by L.A. without Anthony Davis. Lakers are home favorites tonight against the Suns, who blew them out a couple of nights ago, Jeff. This one has been back and forth. Just when you think you know what's going to happen in this series, it changes. But the Suns can put them away tonight. Jeff, what do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I'm not at all confident that the Lakers can win this game. I just don't see it. I think we have to kind of realize we have to stop. And I know, going back, and saying, well, I don't think LeBron can get it done. Kind of doubting him. I think this is a different LeBron James. I think he's injured. I think it's clear. Seems that his mind is elsewhere a lot of the time. I mean, walking off the court with 5.5 minutes to go was just not something you're supposed to do. Without Anthony Davis, I just don't think they're very good offensively. Haven't been good offensively all year, and they can always fall back on the defense. The problem is this Suns team is better than they are. I think from a defensive standpoint, they're right there. I think Chris Paul gets the better of LeBron James tonight. LeBron James has also been very poor from the free throw line. I think you start to involve that in this game, and I think it can get ugly for the Lakers. This team is what they are. I don't think they lose by 30 like they did the other night, but to think they should be a favorite here, I don't think. I think the Suns close this out tonight.
We'll revisit with the big man on Monday, and we'll be recapping some Game 1s from round 2. Bucks are going to be road dogs against the Nets in Game 1, and the Hawks road dogs against Jeff's 76ers in Game 1. Real quick, Jeff, your initial thoughts on those matchups. We knew we would get Bucks Nets, and you felt good that you would get Hawks Sixers as well. So you kind of knew these matchups were coming for a while. What's your take on these series?
Well, look, I'll be honest. I'm a little surprised with the price on Philadelphia. I thought it'd be a bit higher, but I guess people are concerned about Joel Embiid, and when you I think kind of figure that in, and if it's a situation where he's out 2 or 3 or 4 games, then maybe you're getting a pretty decent price on the Hawks. I'm one to believe that this injury seems to be a little bit worse than I think they're leading on. This is not a guy that's particularly lucky with injuries. He seems to have a lot of problems with them. This is a Hawks team that continues to be very good. And look, frankly, if Embiid was playing, I think the Hawks will do. Look, they're not going to shut down Embiid, but Capella's been very good in these playoffs. And Trae Young, I think you can make the case is the best player on the court outside of Embiid for sure, and he's definitely the best player on the court without Embiid. I think the Hawks probably steal at least one of these first 2 games. Going down to Atlanta is not easy, especially for a Sixers team that over the years whether it was under Brett Brown or even under Doc Rivers, they're not the greatest road team on earth. I think this team and this group is going to have a problem in this series. And I think when you're looking at this price, I think on the surface it looked a little small, but in reading into Joel Embiid, I don't think you're going to get him back for 2 or 3 games. And by that point, you could be down 2-0 in this series. So it could be something I'll come back to, maybe try to live bet or something. But, if I'm getting close to plus 200 on the Hawks, I'm going to look towards that.
Jeff Nadeau joining us, talking NBA on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Jeff, getaway day on a Thursday in Major League Baseball, a lot of day games, but you've got some games coming up tonight as well. Have you looked at the board, any pitchers that you like going tonight for any certain teams?
Well, I can't say I have much here. I haven't jumped into it too much, but on the surface, no, not particularly. Yeah. I'm very picky choosy right now, just because I do have a lot of my money tied up in NBA and stuff like that. So I kind of like the Rays a little early. I wish I would have played that. It looks to be a pretty solid selection, but I don't have anything just yet. I'm just kind of focused on the NBA, and with 2 games tonight, I'm just kind of inundated with those 2.
Also, a couple of Stanley Cup playoff games tonight. The Bruins are favorites against the Islanders, and for the first time all playoffs, the Hurricanes are underdogs. Tampa Bay, a 2-0 series lead, won them both in Raleigh in 1-goal games. Very good competitive games, but the Canes just can't find the net, and the Lightning are a favorite tonight. Is Jeff lacing up the skates again? I know you did it a few nights ago, Jeff, going back to the hockey well tonight.
Yeah, I did lace them up.
All right.
Yeah, I've been kind of interested in this Bruin Islander series. It's obviously very good. These teams seem to hate each other. Their fan bases hate each other. Bruins are pretty hateable from what I've noticed. Islanders seem like kind of that bring your lunch pail to work type of team that you want to root for. Long Island is kind of an interesting smaller community. Yeah, at home tonight, they're a dog, which is interesting. Again, I'm not a hockey sharp or anything. I just see in 2 games they've scored. Both scored in the first period. 1 out of the 2. The other one it was only 1-0. I think these offenses are pretty good. I'm going to lean on a first period over here. I think the Islanders come out with some panache tonight and get a goal early. Bruins are too good to not score in the first period, so I'm going to lean with over 1.5.
All right. First period. Jeff, have you ever bet on a college baseball game, and do you see yourself betting on one this year during the tournament?
I don't know if I've never bet on it. Maybe at some point, years ago I did, but no, I don't. I couldn't care less about it, to be really honest with you. And look, I don't mean that in any way.
No, I get it. Where you're from, it's just not a big deal. So
yeah, it's it's just something that I have to have some sort of interest in it. I guess. I don't really have interest in it. I think it's kind of I think for a lot of people in this country, the MLS, you're just not really into it. But yeah, I know East Carolina's quite good at baseball, so I'll root for them. Maybe I'll put a future in it.
There you go.
On it just because because I love you and I love the Pirate Radio people.
Pirates got Norfolk State, Maryland, and Charlotte coming to town this weekend for the Greenville Regional. Jeff trying to make it to a Super Regional. And Jeff, if they advance and the team on the other side that's supposed to win advances, now, and I don't know how much you know about college baseball, but you know the names Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter. Those are the pitchers for Vanderbilt that ECU might have to face next week.
It doesn't sound particularly enticing if you're if you're an ECU fan, but they're going to win this region, if you will. But yeah, it's I know it's big in the South though. So shout out to college baseball and that trying to move the needle. You got not a ton of other stuff going on. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, they'll be jacked up for it around here, Jeff. Just follow Pirate Radio. You'll see some awesome pictures this weekend from a packed Clark LeClaire Stadium. Jeff, give him a follow on Twitter at JeffNADU, and make sure you check out the Sit Down podcast. Jeff talking all things mob, the stories from the past, and really going into detail and breaking it down. And I know that's, once again, I said it the other day, but gaining a whole lot of traction, Jeff. You're doing a great job with that.
Yeah, I'm pushing 60,000 listens in about 9 episodes, so I'm very happy with it. This week's episode, you got to check it out. A lot of people know a lot about Whitey Bulger, but Clip, Whitey was on the run for 16 years from the federal government. They pieced together where he was through a boob job, love for animals. Make sure you check out the show and how he was caught. Pretty incredible.
That's awesome. Jeff, thanks, man. Have a great weekend. We'll check in with you again on Monday.
Thank you, Clip. Have a good weekend.
Jeff Nadeau joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We'll make it our job to get him fired up for college baseball. He'll be at least tuned into what the Pirates are doing this weekend, and we'll talk more about that in hour number 3 of today's Pirate Radio Live. Troy D will be alongside. We'll hear more from a salty Cliff Godwin from earlier today at the Zoom press conference.
It would be a wet Cliff Godwin if he was outside.
Troy, I don't know if we should talk about that.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather.
I'm in a great mood, considering how much rain we've had.
Yeah, this is pretty depressing.
This is usually full-blown depression mood for me, but I think rain in the summer I can handle.
All right.
It's the cold rain in the winter. It's bad stuff.
Troy D's feeling good. We're feeling good. Big hour 3 on tap on Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Regional Baseball Weekend in Greenville, and Pirate Radio has a special free Birdhouse t-shirt to give away to you. This Friday at 9 a.m., Pirate Radio will be at UBE giving away Birdhouse t-shirts while supplies last. It'll be first come, first serve, and only one per person. Get your Regional Weekend started at UBE this Friday at 9 a.m. and pick up a new Birdhouse t-shirt for free from the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Do you find yourself hungry, but looking for some new and different options? Then the Bodega Market Cafe in Uptown Greenville is for you. They offer a full-service menu featuring breakfast, lunch, and dinner, also with a variety of unique vegan selections. Dine in or sit outside in their great outdoor dining area. Plus, they're always ready for pickup or delivery. Open 24/7 for your convenience. The Bodega Market Cafe, located in Uptown Greenville, across from the BB&T.
Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties? Gatlinburg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number 1. Gatlinburg Lawns specializes in eco-friendly landscaping, landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help for your commercial property, call Gatlinburg Lawns today for a free quote at 252-253-5450.
Gatlinburg Lawns, we make it pretty.
You can paint these peaches purple! Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. ENS Hemp Company is the premier CBD store in the area. ENS Hemp has helped hundreds of people with joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more. ENS only sells the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp products on the market. Visit them today on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or online at eshempcompany.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 on this Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We are one sleep away from ECU baseball. The Greenville Regional will scheduled to begin noon on Friday. ECU taking on Norfolk State. Clip Rock, Troy D here in the Pirate Radio studios, and Troy getting ready for a big weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium.
Yeah, man. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. Nothing gets you out of a drought quicker than a regional in Greenville.
I don't care about the weather.
Cliff Godwin does not care about the weather, Troy.
Yeah, he says that, and you know what he's meaning?
I really care about the weather.
He does. It's like the girl that says, I just don't care about him anymore. She cares about him.
And he is obsessed.
And honestly,
he's watching the
He is
Doppler.
watching the radar every minute, checking his phone hour by hour forecast for tomorrow. He could say that. He's lying.
And do you remember what went into his decision making to pick the first game on Friday rather than the second game?
The weather. Because the weather is usually, he is right, under normal summertime conditions.
Thunderstorms coming
in the afternoon. This is like I called it earlier, like a southeaster we're having.
Right.
This thing comes from the south. If you look at the radar, it looks like a damn mini hurricane.
If you look at the radar,
this isn't a passing storm. This is like a full blown.
Well, not only will our region will be affected, but the Columbia Regional in South Carolina, you would think. There's got to be a regional somewhere in Georgia. I mean, the South would have to be affected, even over in Tennessee with the Nashville Regional.
Yeah, so look, it's going to be a factor. It has been in all these regionals here in Greenville, but we've always been able to get the games in.
The bigger problem
be the case this year
is, as I'm looking at the the forecast for noon coming up Friday, 60% chance of storms, and as we saw today earlier, lightning is a real thing. So, and they'll pull it for lightning in a heartbeat, Glenn, as you know, like within a 30-mile radius.
What is the rule? Is it 30-mile radius?
I think it's
20 miles?
It's 8 miles.
Okay. I thought the rule,
it's 30 minutes.
Oh, that's what it is. You're right. 30 minutes. That's the wait for every lightning strike within 8 miles.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's slightly different for the tournament. Am I right in thinking that, or is that the standard?
Pretty sure we've had this before during the tournament where.
We definitely had it before during the tournament. I just thought the rules were just slightly different.
And I remember we were waiting on like an NCAA guy on the field to give us the go or whatever. And if you count down 29 minutes and there's 1 minute left on that delay,
resets the clock,
and then another lightning strike hits, boom, that's another 30 minutes.
I brought you a present in, Clipper. They help you out this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I brought you a
it's pretty neat
Super Nintendo Classic where you can play mini games like Mario Kart or F-Zero.
It's very thoughtful.
Wow.
Yeah. You can play this weekend.
Okay.
In the press box.
Well, I know in the past.
Can I play right now?
I know in the past.
Over the TV here.
Somebody from Raleigh would bring down a system.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Igoe would bring down a system.
Yeah.
And we would play in the overflow room.
That's right. I remember that now.
So I have your needs covered this year during your breaks.
So does that go into a television?
Yes, you just plug it right into the television that's in the overflow.
Like the audio video jack or something.
That is sweet. Thanks,
so
man.
you're covered, man.
All right, I'm ready to go.
It's the same deal that we had in 19. So
Yeah.
that is for you.
All right, I'm looking forward to the weekend now.
Awesome.
Play some Mario
Does he get to
Kart.
keep it afterwards, or do you need it back? Like, I just want to clear.
It's like a weekend rental.
It's a blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he needs it back. Yeah, this is
$5 charges.
This is a weekend gift.
I'll rewind and
very
get it
thoughtful.
back to you on Monday. All right, Troy D, you're going to be there this weekend.
Yeah, we've got a couple of news and notes. I had a great podcast with Brian Bailey and Brian Meadle, where you were part of it too, Clip. We'll hit that again. It's on our podcast platforms on Apple, and also we will replay it on Pirate Radio tonight at 6 o'clock if you want to hear it on the radio. So really most of it was a preview of the regional coming up in Greenville. So I enjoyed being on with those guys. I always have some laughs too, some good stories.
It was before Malcolm Gray broke the news to us yesterday on Pirate Radio Live that Carson Wisenhunt would be starting.
Yeah, and you can hear how smart we all were as we predicted that.
I like that.
Well, me anyway. I don't know about the rest of you.
I like the behind-the-scenes story from Meador from the huddle before they played Cincinnati and the kind of the go-home situation where Cliff hung up the jersey that they lost in and pointed to the name on it and said, ECU said that means something to me. That type of emotional rah, rah, rah. I think, I don't know, it's just nice to hear. It gives you the boost bumps. The goosebumps.
Yeah.
The goosebumps.
The goosebumps get you juiced with Boost.
And had stories like that, and also had stories about what went on behind the scenes with some of the personnel there.
Which I
down in
like.
Florida.
Those are the stories I like.
Yeah.
I was not going to bring up the negative.
A little something for everybody.
No, that's the fun stuff, I think. And then coming up Friday, starting at 9 a.m. Clip, it'll be our big T-shirt promotion. They're free. My favorite cost, free $99. All you got to do is come out. We're going to UBE is actually going to open an hour early. So you can start at 9. It'll just be first come, first serve, one shirt per person while supplies last. And get your Pirate Radio Birdhouse shirt. So we're excited about that. We'll be Ellerby and I and Jenny will be out there. We'll be handing those shirts out to folks and look forward to seeing you. So come see us at UBE. That's the only way to get them. Once again, they are free, one per person while supplies last. We hope to, be sold out technically.
Expecting a game day atmosphere
within an hour or two.
I was just gonna say, them opening early, it kind of feels like a UBE Pirate preview.
Yeah,
where
it
you're
feels
up
like a
early,
Saturday.
getting ready, everybody's buzzing for a game.
Yeah,
that's exciting. We haven't had that in so long.
Exactly.
Today very much feels like a Friday.
I talked to
It
Ellerby.
does.
Yeah.
And tomorrow will be like a Saturday. You're right. Yeah.
I talked to Ellerby about, are we bringing back the UBE Pirate preview this year before home football games, and we kind of discussed how we missed that last year.
What did he say?
He said he would have to talk about that.
Yeah. So I was just curious.
We don't know.
I hadn't even thought about that yet, so that's a good.
Yeah, I because we didn't have it in 2020.
Well, there's a lot of factors that go into that.
We had the
we need to talk to our sponsor. We need to talk to Jeff. We need to,
Yeah, I'm moving on from that.
Oh, okay.
We had our pregame show here, 4-hour Bud Light pregame tailgate.
Yeah.
I missed out on the UB Pirate preview because of the lack of fans.
You're right.
And nobody could go to the game.
But it was great having Jeff in studio.
Yeah, that was fun.
We did have
bright and
first
early.
hour of the show.
Yep.
I thought I really enjoyed the Bud Light pregame tailgate with you and Jeff kicking off the show.
I wore a tie one day.
I know. God, I tuned in. I was like, oh my God, Clip's got a court date he didn't tell us about.
Really, we really did the best with what we had. We had a lot of in studio guests this year that we wouldn't have.
It was
had
excellent
in a normal season.
Probably our finest hour of broadcasting was last season. Honestly, under those conditions, I thought our team did excellent
during football season. I thought we killed it. Yeah,
yeah. And the second time I've ever seen Clip Brock in a tie. Can you name the first time I've ever seen Clip Brock in a tie?
When he met the Redskins coach.
Oh no, I didn't. Actually, that's the third. That's the
another
second
one to the
All
list.
right,
that's the earliest picture.
You're right.
I know.
You did with Joe Gibbs.
Yep.
You wore a tie for. Okay, so you wore a tie for Joe Gibbs, Jeff Charles, and someone else.
A couple of my heroes.
The first time. This would be the first time I ever saw Clip in a tie. Can you name it? What was the event?
Are you asking me?
No, because I know you know it. You were there. I hope you know it.
His wedding.
One time, Shirley. Give yourself a ding ding.
I'm surprised you went to his wedding.
Clip was in a gray suit, for the wedding.
That's right.
And a tie. I remember you looked stunning.
Green tie, I believe.
Yeah, it was like a lime green.
Yeah.
You really look sharp. I was like,
you said stunning.
At first, I thought I was at the wrong event. I was like, who's getting married? I said, oh my God, that's Clip.
Who are these models? At Reedy Branch Church.
A few weeks before you
Why are
got
you surprised
married,
I went to the wedding?
Did you go to Key West for 4 days with your buddies?
Yeah, say that one more time.
Before you got married, did you go to Key West for 4 days with your buddies?
Nah.
Like some people we know.
And before regional, did I go to Key West?
Did you take the regional off?
I did not. Glenn's still salty about Chandler not being.
Oh yeah,
it's the Chandler.
Yeah, that's inside Pirate Radio business.
Oh, we've already put it on the air today.
I know.
It's very out there.
Oh, I know.
Because that's why Glenn's here, so he's going to talk about it.
I saw Steve saying we should call Chandler not so big dog.
Yeah. Well, we can do better than that, but thanks for the suggestion, Steve.
Why did you think I wouldn't go to Clip's wedding, Glenn? Just curious.
Because I wouldn't have.
Fair enough.
I'm not a big wedding guy. I like receptions. Can you go to the? Well, Glenn, you don't like anything. You know what I mean? I don't even know. But could you pretend you were at the wedding ceremony? Show up at the reception.
That'd be a power move right there.
Yeah.
You're not.
You skip the board part and show up for the party. I mean, that's the plan.
You ask a buddy, what song did they play?
Well,
what can I say?
Think about it. During your ceremony, you're really not aware of who's there and who isn't. You're kind of focused on the event and
that is
married.
true.
So you really probably now you might remember people from the reception, but you probably could get away with, if the wedding's big enough, skipping the wedding and going straight to the reception.
You just slip onto the back row in the last 5 minutes where they see you as they're walking out.
Maybe.
And that,
and let's be honest, Clip, you probably don't even care if they came to the wedding or reception as long as they gave you a gift.
I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean,
care
that's probably
either
the
way.
nicest thing someone could
Did
do.
you have
for
a travel wedding, Clip? Did you have to leave the county to go to it?
No.
Hell no.
It was Winterville.
Literally, yeah. It was like
I despise the travel wedding. I like having to go down to the beach. No. Just have it where you're at. I can't even imagine trying to plan something in a different city.
It's 5 minutes
That's
from where I
crazy.
live. It's 1 minute from where I grew up. It was about as local as it could get.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
you had a good situation.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The reception was 3 minutes away. It was it was very local. I'm a local joker.
Like it.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's get a timeout in. We'll come back. We'll hear from Salty Cliff Gobble.
Yeah.
He was he's in postseason form.
Yeah. Not paying attention to the weather because he's paying attention to the weather.
Not going to talk about the weather. He doesn't like the weather.
But
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather.
Come
don't want to talk
on.
about the weather.
It affects your game time. It's
I
gonna get
wish
pushed
we
back,
could see
probably.
the TV that's in his office so we would know if it's on the Weather
It's
Channel
called,
or not.
100% Weather Channel. Yeah. That would be a great picture.
He's got tweet alerts from Jim Cantori. He's all in it.
And I love asking him about the weather. That's now whenever he comes on, even when it's nice, off season. Hey, how's the weather, Coach?
I will say, I thought about this earlier. Good job lining him up in studio when you did. He was in a great mood.
He was. That was the happiest I've seen him in a long time.
Now it's serious time. So. Yeah.
He'll bite your head off.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll have our Bud Light ECU report brought to you by Bud Light. It reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
See, I heard you talk about it yesterday, the big news. My favorite coach ever to coach Duke basketball stepping down.
Yeah, been a rough week for you with Bob Baffert and Coach K. All of your favorite scumbags.
A couple bigs have taken on. This has been a hard week, Cliff.
It's been a hard week for the scummy in life.
Oh, man. This has been tough. A couple of my favorite people. We'll have to talk about that later, too.
All right, we will. And we'll find out how many days away we are from kicking things off in Charlotte.
We got a guest, an actual countdown girl today.
Yep, guest ring girl coming up.
Stay tuned.
We're back.
She might wear a bikini. Maybe not.
We're back after this. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
The Tulsa River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Only 20 minutes from Greenville, the Tarboro River Bandits have a beautiful stadium, family and kid-friendly atmosphere, and great food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer in the East. Games start in early June, and for more information or to purchase tickets, you can visit online at TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, we are less than 24 hours away from baseball at Clark LeClaire Stadium, ECU taking on Norfolk State. But Troy D., how many days away are we from ECU football?
Man, I ran into Coach Houston today. They've got a first big full recruiting weekend. They are fired up and ready to go. And we are 91 days.
Wow.
91 days and counting until kickoff for ECU Pirate football 2023.
21. Thanks to Jenny Shelton for her assistance today as our
making her debut
countdown girl today with the sign. Bless you, Clip. As
thank you.
It'll be in the 80s before you know it.
The high 80s coming up next week, Troy Day. And the low 80s next week, next weekend. So.
It's flying by.
That's exciting.
So
Excitement time.
I saw a lot of the cast of characters up there today. I had to stop by the football offices. Ran into Coach Shank. Good to see him. A lot of the guys. And everybody looked in good spirits.
I mean, it's a huge week for baseball, but behind the scenes, a huge week for football.
Yeah, now I was talking to Coach about the recruit. They've got a lot of recruits coming in, and even though it's an NCAA event, they can't take them to the game. They're still going to be showing them the facilities, and the football practice field butts up against the outfield.
Right.
So they're going to be football recruits will be out there some when these games are going on because they're going to be showing them the facilities. So what a cool atmosphere! 5,000 fans cheering loud. As I told Coach, I said, you tell the recruits, hey, look, this is 5,000 fans of baseball going wild. Imagine when it's 50,000 over here for you.
Yeah, and if you put like a I don't know, they have some stands out there. You could have the best seat in the house over there from the practice field.
They've got catch a game. Well, they've got the recording decks. That they have
I was trying to figure out the names of those.
But those are, you're right. You could have a good view up there.
So
the bird's nest to watch the birdhouse.
There you go. Well said.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was well said. I was moving along. Troy D. Let's hear from Cliff Godwin. He is ready to go. We played this one earlier. Let's hear cut 6 again, Shirley. Ronnie Woodward asked him how crucial game 1 is, and then he and Ronnie had a little back and forth, and here's that from earlier today.
Well, it's easier if you win. I mean, look, in 19 we lost and still won the regional. I think you put out there at some point in time this week that, what is ECU, like 2-6 or something in openers of regional play? I don't want to fact check that because I really wasn't reading it too closely, to be honest with you, Ronnie.
It was 2-4 in the last 6.
2 and 4.
Two of those losses were definitely before you, so I think you're 2-1.
Well, I didn't think you were like pointing the finger at me that in game 1 because I don't really care. As long as we win the regional, I don't give a damn if we win the first one or lose the first one as long as we win the regional. So, excuse me, but that we'll put our best foot forward tomorrow and we'll go from there.
That's why I love Cliff. I mean, I just says like it is. I like that. Do you not?
No, I mean I like
that edginess,
the intensity.
I like it.
Sometimes he what he's saying isn't factual, but I like the attitude.
I like the swagger that he's got, and he's like, look, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. Is basically what he's trying to say.
Sure, and he's shown in the past they don't have to win game 1 to win a regional.
Yeah, but I wonder if do you think he's paying any attention to the weather though, Clip? Like paying because do you think it'll be a factor at all?
Well, I don't know if we should even discuss that, Troy, especially while Shirley's answering the phone.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Yeah. So, weather or not, you think it's important?
No, he is right about that. I got to give him props. He cannot control the weather, and neither can anyone else.
Yeah, he's right about
the weather,
but he's not right about not caring about the weather. Because earlier this week he talked about how the weather impacted his decision to play the first game.
I know.
Yeah,
I call BS on that one, but he doesn't want the team focused on it because they can't do anything about it. So, just it is what it is.
All right. Brian Bailey asked a question about what the conversations were like with Coach Dietrich when they determined the pitching rotation for a regional. This is cut 5. Shirley or Glenn, cut 5. Well, Shirley's on the phone, so we'll wait one moment. I
don't think you guys should make it bigger than what it is. Is you put yourself in a position to win the regional. I mean, that's what, when you host a regional or you go on the road, just like we did in 15, we knew that Reed Love probably gave us the best chance to beat Miami. Now, we lost game 1 against Columbia, so Reed had to pitch against FIU, and we ended up losing that game. But still, that put us in the best chance to possibly win the regional, and that's the discussions that we have had as a coaching staff.
And these are big decisions coaches have to make when they enter these types of events, Troy, where you're not only coaching for the first game, you're having to think about game 2, game 3, a potential game 4. A lot goes into it.
It's the strategy, and that's what, it's like a chess game in that factor. What one move affects the other moves down the road. So you got to, you start one guy too early, you might need him later. But if you don't start him soon enough, what if you needed to win?
Have you looked into Norfolk State, Troy D?
I have not.
Neither is Cliff. Cut 4 when you get a chance there, Shirley Rhodes, as the game is Friday, and he certainly will look at Norfolk State, but as of right now, has not really looked at Norfolk State.
Yeah, Shirley, let's get cut 4 for us if you can, please.
She is,
I don't know who's on the phone, but we need to focus on our show and put them on hold.
Glenn Griffin, assistant production.
Yeah.
He's going for it. Can he execute? This could be huge. Glenn.
Almost got it.
Glenn.
I hadn't scouted them at all yet.
Yes.
I'll look at some stuff this afternoon.
Nice.
I know the guys got really good numbers that we're going to face in Deloach, and they've stole a lot of bases. Look, they wouldn't be here if they weren't a quality opponent. So I'll look more in depth at the pitching this afternoon and tomorrow morning early. But I know they're a great team.
That was like Glenn coming out of the bullpen for the save right there.
Glenn's even more mad at Chandler now.
Yeah. Did you win the lottery? I mean, what was that call?
No, it was from the Texas Rangers. They needed some information from us, so that's why.
I got you. Okay. All right, fair enough.
It has to do
when
with
the
the wood
Texas
ducks.
Rangers called, you got to answer.
Yeah.
With the what?
The wood ducks.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So
10-4.
we.
All right, that's enough. Yeah, we'll talk off the air. That's cool. Good deal.
Was it Juan Gonzalez?
No.
They consult us on who gets the starts and stuff.
We're Raffy Palmero.
We're a very influential station.
You know, when somebody with Major League Baseball calls, you got to take that call.
Wait, was it Walker, Texas Ranger, or the team?
No, it's just good old Chucky.
Chuck Norris. He calls in every now and then.
Yeah, once in a while he checks in with me, just make sure I'm doing all right.
All right, Shirley is back and ready to go. And let's hear cut 2. Shirley, how's the team handling the pressure leading up to the regional?
I've said this a lot recently, but this team is as battle tested as any team that we've ever had. Going to back before conference started, our guys, had to go through injuries. Somebody asked me yesterday, says, "Hey, your team didn't have any injuries this year," and I was like, "Whoa." I guess I missed Hoover being out for 6 weeks with a shattered face, and Gavin missed time, Wisenhunt missed time. I mean, there's been a ton of guys that missed time, so. We maneuvered through that, and then we get to conference, and we're the best team by far on paper. And for our guys to have to play 4 games in 3 days and 36 innings, to be able to maneuver through that was really special. And I don't know if we've ever had a team here that is more battle tested. So when you say hype, I mean, look, that's what East Carolina is. When you play baseball here, there's pressure, there's hype, there's all that stuff. But we haven't been on social media since Tuesday at 9:00, so we don't see the hype now.
All right, there is Cliff Godwin not being on social media.
Yeah, so he's not paying attention to the weather, not on social media.
Interesting.
Do you buy it? I'm talking about.
No.
How do you factor?
Do we not agree?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's completely been off social media.
Yeah, well, there's no way to really know, but I was just going to see when his last tweet was, just out of curiosity.
Right. Does he have a burner account?
His last tweet was a retweet from 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he hasn't.
He might be lurking.
Yeah, which is fine. Lurk away, coach. Lurk away.
Let's hear from Connor Norby. How excited is the team about hosting a regional back in front of fans for the first time in 2021?
I mean, I know I've lost some sleep the last few nights just thinking about it. It's special. And to be able to have that again this year it's awesome. And I'm excited to be a part of it again. And I'm excited for the rest of my teammates that even haven't seen it, like Jacob Starling, guys like that. They get to experience it for the first time because it's seriously the best time of the year.
So Norby was around, but not an impact in 2019. So he kind of going to be, leading off for the Pirates, feeling that pressure for the first time. You got Carson Wisenhunt has not been on the mound at Clark LeClaire with a big crowd before, Troy.
That's true. I had thought about that. A lot of these guys, this will be their first full immersion into a full Clark LeClaire.
What is Norfolk State going to feel like, though, tomorrow? I mean, you got to think they're going to be a little shook when they go out there in front of that crowd because they haven't been in front of a crowd like that in at least 2 years.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, huge advantage for the Pirates.
Yep. All right, let's take a break. As we go to break, let's make somebody a winner and open up the Pirate Radio booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Shirley is not on the phone with the Texas Rangers organization.
And would clear the lines.
By the way, if you're a Major League Baseball team, you're not eligible to win our prize.
No.
You got enough stuff. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
How about a $40 gift card to Familia?
Oh, man, that's a good one. Just saw Troy D. We talked about it last week. Their pizza of the week.
What's that?
Pepperoni and bacon. You get a large for $10.
Oh, wow.
What a deal.
It's a good combo.
Get it tonight. Yep.
Might have to do that.
And with a $40 gift card.
Is it all week?
All week.
So that it ends through, like, you can get it Sunday?
Why push your luck? Go get it tonight.
All right, tonight it is.
Yeah. Don't work there.
So it's a large pepperoni and bacon.
$10.
For $10. What a deal.
Deal of a lifetime. Shirley, what number or caller are we looking for?
Number 12.
Caller 12, 317-1250. Rough week for Troy D. He'll talk about a couple of his idols,
Yikes.
Mike Krzyzewski and Bob Baffert, when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Encore GX and save over $4,550 or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
In studio today with Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions. And Tony, you love to help people remodel spaces or even do new construction.
We do, and we also can help people find financing when they want to do projects like this. And so we partner with folks like Joey Barrow with Annie Mac Mortgage.
And Joey's in studio with us as well. And Joey, people have a lot of financing questions to be able to help reach the home of their dreams, whether it's remodel or new construction.
No matter how large or small the project may be, we have options for you. Even if you have credit concerns, we provide guidance to help you get the home of your dream or turn the home that you currently have into the home of your dream.
Joey, how can folks get up with you?
You can call us today at 917-8400, or you can go to our website at greenville.annie-mac.com.
And Tony, what about if people have renovation questions? How can they get up with AG Home Solutions?
You can contact us at 947-2526 or check out our website at aghomesolutions.com.
Thanks again to Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions and Joey Barrow from Annie Mac Mortgage joining us today.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
Name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroughRiverbandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was down 23 points and closed at 34,577. NASDAQ was down 141 points at 13,614, and the S&P was also down 15 points at 4,192. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And congratulations to Jason Beasley of Greenville. Picked up a $40 gift card to Familia. Get your sports weekend started at Familia. Every Thursday, Familia has $2 drafts all day. You can stop by with your friends and family for some New York-style pizza and have a nice cold $2 draft. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College and online at familianc.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All righty. Thank you, Shirley Rhodes, the big dog, Glenn Griffin. Also producing today's program, Troy D. alongside Big Friday on tap in Greenville. And we'll be recapping the game coming up on Pirate Radio Live, 3 o'clock on a Friday. Game time is at noon for ECU Norfolk State, but it all kind of gets going in the morning, 9 o'clock at UBE. They're opening up early, and you can pick up a free Pirate Radio Birdhouse t-shirt, Troy D.
Yeah, I look forward to getting those out to fans before the game starts, hopefully on Friday, weather permitting, of course. But we'll keep you up to date, too, on that if anything changes. Speaking of shirts, I broke out my fancy shirt for you today, Clip. Did you notice?
Nice.
This is the first time I've worn this shirt.
It's like a golf ball.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's got those like little...
Oh, it's got like, you mean the texture to it?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe what, dimples or...
Funny you mentioned that.
Divots?
Divots.
Guess who is the brand behind this shirt?
Phil Mickelson.
Yes.
Wow.
Ms. and Maine is his brand, and they're very comfortable shirts. And I find myself really liking his brand. I didn't even know it was his brand. I had owned like 4 or 5 of them, and then someone's like, "Oh, that's Mickelson's brand."
For whatever reason, when you asked that, I saw Phil Mickelson. I can see
this it. This is his like high-end brand shirt.
You have a purple one that's infamous in the Greenville circles. I believe it's the first one you got.
The purple. Oh yes,
like a light purple.
That is not.
That's not a Phil Mickelson?
I don't know.
I thought it was. It's the same material.
I'll have to check the label on that, Glenn. Now you made me wonder. Was it one I wore to a party?
I don't remember if it was a party shirt or not. It's very similar to the one you have now. It's just a different color.
Huh.
If you have 4 or 5 of them, what color are they?
I don't know. I've got a lot of kind of similar type of shirts like this that are button-ups. You know.
Should do Troy D's fashion house occasionally.
Mm-hmm. I have to check that one. So it's a purple one that's a button-up.
It's
I know
what
what you're
one
talking
you
about.
have on now. I thought it was
it's a check, and it has like white and purple checks.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, that one is a Johnson and Murphy shirt. Actually,
I have no idea who
yeah,
Johnson and Murphy
that
are.
is a brand. I actually bought that at the Charlotte airport. I was on delay.
I remember the story.
Yep, and I walked in the store just to kill time, and they had like a special, 2 get 1 50% off. I was like, oh, this shirt's kind of cool, and I ended up buying 2 shirts there. I always wondered, like, who goes shopping in an airport? Why do they have these stores?
People like Troy D.
Yep. When you got time to kill, this is what you do. All right, sorry.
No, yeah, that's fine.
So get your free shirt tomorrow. UBE start at 9.
Filling time.
Just to bring it back full circle.
Are they Phil Mickelson brand?
They are not.
Oh, okay.
They are Gildan brand. Nice shirts, though. 100% cotton.
Gildan.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Number one brand in T-shirts in the country.
The only brand in T-shirts in the country because they own everything.
They
else.
do. A lot of people don't realize that there are other brands. Gildan owns them all.
Like Comfort Colors, which a lot of people prefer, is owned
Next
by Gildan.
Level, owned by Gildan. Yeah, all these shirts now, brands Gildan owns. Yeah. They are
a monopoly.
They are
in the
correct.
T-shirt business.
Yes. So,
well, one could say Coach K has owned college basketball over the years, Troy D.
What is he? The most
segue?
Just the most winningest college coach of all time?
That he is. And
there can only be one guy on top of the pyramid.
Yep.
And that's him.
You have made it clear that you are a big-time Mike Krzyzewski fan.
The thing about Coach K I like, and you got, whether you like him or not, you got to admire him for his longevity. It's hard to hold one position for that long with the same company or team that long. That's impressive to me. Like most people, think about your own career or job. You probably bounce around, might even move industries. Coach K has been at Duke for longer than a lot of people, and most people maybe listening to us have been alive. So
Myself included.
I think that's impressive, and he has been consistent. I was joking with someone the other day. They should change the spelling of consistent and start it with a K instead of a C.
Jesus.
Did you get a good laugh out of that? What was the reaction?
Oh, it was pretty good. But anyway, Coach Consistent with a K. But no, I mean, he's looked the same. He's acted the same.
Well, Troy, he's looked the same because he dyes his freaking
I'm
hair.
just saying it's incredible. Now, I'm not saying he hasn't had help or whatever, but you got to give the guy credit. He has been very consistent from day one of who he is, how he talks, how he acts, how he looks, and he has been the number one winningest coach in the world of college basketball. And that I admire.
That is a fact. I mean, it is not.
And I look, to be able to have a chance. I had a chance to interact with him, as you know, years ago, and he was very nice and gracious to me. And how many times have you ever had? Did you ever get a chance to talk to the winningest college basketball coach in history, Glenn?
I think my top interview is probably Penny Hardaway.
You did? When
I met Dean Smith at Dean Smith basketball camp.
Oh,
damn!
Yeah.
Oh, at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So?
I remember meeting Dean Smith too. That was, as a kid, that was a big deal.
It's just funny that you were like, he was nice to me.
No, I'm saying I've seen him be a jerk to other people in the media now.
Right.
At times.
So he is
this year.
But this was a number of years ago. This was East Carolina went up to Cameron Indoor, really played him a good game. It was a tight game.
Had him on the ropes.
I was at the post-game press conference, and now he only took a few questions. Coach K's not one of these guys that lingers. I mean, he gets like 3 or 4 questions, and he's gone. Hell, he doesn't even do the post-game interviews anymore. The assistants do it.
Sure.
So I got 25% of the questions in at this press conference because I got one in, and there were only 3 other questions asked. You'll hear my voice. It was a scheduling question, and he went on to talk about East Carolina, and I really thought he had a lot of great things to say. Shirley, take it away.
It's tough for us to schedule. They keep adding Big Ten Challenge.
Oh, my God.
This is great.
I wanted to hear the
because
question.
Troy only wants to hear his voice.
I wanted to hear what I was saying.
And Shirley took that part out.
What your question is?
I wanted to hear what the original question was. Take it from the top, Shirley.
Jeez, give me a minute.
Oh, that was
you
fantastic.
had it queued up. What did
that
you change?
That was great.
Because I wanted to get to the meat to the damn thing.
This one?
That is the meat.
No, it's not. It's your meat. It's not anybody else's meat.
Got to his meat without my meat.
Nobody want to see your meat.
Your meat is an appetizer for Kay's meat, Troy.
My meat versus the meat they told you not to worry about.
The whole reason we brought up this conversation was so Troy could hear his question. He asked Coach K.
I wanted to hear it.
And Shirley
10 years.
deleted it.
Yeah.
All right, do we got it yet?
Yes.
All right.
Damn.
Is there any interest in scheduling East Carolina and future seasons? It's tough for us to schedule. They keep adding Big Ten Challenge teams to the conference. Unless they add, like when we play, we got to play a little bit out of our area because of our national thing. But right now that's not in the plan. But we respect the heck out of East Carolina. Over these last number of years since Terry took over there, the whole level, not that it was always good, but Terry and his wife and their team have made it even bigger. I love the East Carolina fans. For years we have a place out in Emerald Isle, and some of the greatest people in the world are East Carolina fans, and I almost gave them a big treat tonight. They would have welcomed me back to the beach and probably given me a few bottles of wine and everything like that. But no, East Carolina's a terrific school, and those kids are good, and they're lucky to have Jeff. I mean, he's one of the better coaches.
Yeah, Troy.
So here, let's just recap Coach K. I respect the heck out of East Carolina. I love East Carolina fans. Some of the greatest people in the world are ECU fans. East Carolina is a terrific school. If you're a Pirate, how could you not like this guy?
You left one off. Jeff Lebo, one of the best coaches.
He was he played a great game that game, I will say. That was one of his close highlights. He almost beat Duke.
We have a banner up in Minji's. Almost beat Duke the road.
Yeah. I'd put it up.
Right beside we beat State.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd hang that banner too, buddy.
Yep.
All right. Got to celebrate the moments when you can with ECU basketball. But look, I'm a coach. I'm self-admitted Coach K fan.
Yeah, all of that is BS. He likes Terry Holland because he knew him because he coached Virginia.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about ECU.
Well, you know what? He faked it good and I bought in.
Hey, fake it till you can make it. Why didn't he come play in Minji's if he loved us so much?
Well, that's what I was alluding to the scheduling question. If we could get a home and away game, and and he explained it in his first part of his answer that it's very complicated and they're busy and they got
It's complicated, Troy.
That was my point. Like, could we schedule this game more often? I think it's a great rivalry game for us.
What is wrong with you? You don't know what you're saying right now. I do think, is that the last time we played Duke, Troy?
I believe so.
Yes.
That was the end of it.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we won't ever play again, but that we haven't since.
Maybe John Shire will schedule us coming up. Who knows?
I do think the Terry Holland connection helped.
Last official ACC team that we played.
That's a good trivia question right there.
I would say
Wake Forest,
getting blown out by North Carolina.
This is Carolina, during the Lebo years.
Because they played them tight one game, and then after that, North Carolina blew them out. I don't remember playing an ACC team since then.
Yeah, we've scrimmaged unofficially with State.
Yeah,
and
Virginia. Yeah.
Wait. At Virginia. At Virginia might be the most recent, actually.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember a game at Virginia.
When did we get the Virginia back here? Is that this year? James Gardner returns to...
It took South Carolina over 10 years to come here for a football game.
Yeah.
So,
and they're not here yet, Clip.
That's a very good point.
I'm not counting my Gamecocks until they hatch.
We are... How many days away are we from App State? Was it 91?
91 away.
So we're 98. We're about 100 days away from that one.
98.
Because it'll be 1 week plus 2 days.
It's a week plus 2 days. Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. All right. So Coach K hanging it up.
Yeah.
John Shire.
He's got one season left. So he's gonna have. It's kind of so this will be a swan song. So everywhere he goes, I bet they'll recognize him.
It's going to be like Jeter.
Yeah. This is going to be his tour, his farewell tour. It's kind of cool.
I expect he'll get gifts at every school, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Absolutely.
the ACC schools, for
yes,
sure.
100%.
And no doubt he should be celebrated for the history. But,
But, the guy he's a winner.
Yep. Can't deny that.
Yeah.
He is a winner.
And I'm glad that I was able to, at that time, forge a relationship with him like that, and maybe
relationship.
Now that he's retired, maybe we'll be able to reconnect.
I know you go to the beach. Y'all hang out on the weekends. Are y'all drinking wine together?
Down at Emerald Isle. I'm at Atlantic Beach. We can meet in the middle at Billy's Beach Breakfast.
Yesterday. That's a good plug there. We're giving out free plugs for food trailers.
I don't know. It depends how much breakfast he's willing to provide us.
No, yesterday Troy said, have you ever hung out with Coach K? And I was like, no. He was like, and I said, and neither have you. He was like, yes, I have. I was in the room with him.
Yeah, I hung out. We connected. I talked. We looked at each other in the eye.
I hung out with Penny Hardaway one time. It was great.
He was talking. He's staring at me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is Coach K. We're communicating here. We've got a thing.
What a fanboy.
I almost had a car accident with Coach K once.
What?
Several years ago.
Whoa, topper over here. What are you talking about?
I was in Durham. I was visiting a friend of mine and at work, and as I was leaving, I was backing out of a parking space, and this car came flying behind, when you're backing out, came flying by, and I almost backed right into the car. So I hit the brakes and I started yelling, and honking the horn, and they were honking back at me. And I mean, because this person was coming in at a high rate of speed. I mean, it wasn't a slow drive-by, so to speak. And so I backed out. This person pulled up and right in front of a dry cleaner, and got out of the car. And right as I went to roll my window down to say something, I realized it was Coach K that had gotten out of the vehicle.
Oh, come on.
No, I
wish you
have
would have backed into him.
I almost backed into Coach K and didn't even realize.
Way
it.
better story if you would have hit Coach K.
Or if you said something
I
to
almost
him.
backed into him.
If you said something to him and then he turns around.
No, I wasn't going to say something.
Those are his streets you're on, buddy.
Yeah, no, I didn't say
Have
anything
some
to him.
respect for the legendary coach.
I literally rolled my window down, and as I'm turning, because it's like a weird parking lot, so you have to kind of go around. But anyway, as I'm turning, I've got my window rolled down, and I'm getting ready, the passenger side, I'm getting ready to yell at him, and he gets out of the vehicle and walks around to the back end of his car, and as he's walking around, I realize it's him, and I'm like, yeah, I can't say nothing to him, so I just rolled my window back up.
Was it a hearse? I know he's a vampire and only rides in a coffin during the day.
It was a Jag.
Was it during the day? Because
it was during the day.
I don't think anybody's ever seen him in the sunlight.
That is a wild story that I'm not sure.
Did you have your glasses on at the time, or were you no glasses?
You think I would know who the hell Coach K is, blind or not? Of course it was. As a matter of fact, I called my friend as I was leaving the parking lot and said, "You will never believe who I almost just hit." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, he stops at this dry cleaner all the time."
Sometimes I make fun of Troy about taking too many pictures. You would have had a lot of pictures.
I would have documented that.
I didn't document that.
Troy, I really like what
that
you
would have
guys
been
do
really
on Pirate
embarrassing
Radio.
if I plowed into Coach K.
I will say it's a cool, neat story, Shirley.
Troy, I don't like your employee, Shirley. She nearly killed me.
For that,
I was just trying to get my dry
I'm not
cleaning.
going to answer your question now because I still have a grudge.
The people in East Carolina are great except for that one girl, Shirley, who tried to run me over.
Technically,
Yeah, well,
she went to Barton, so she's not in East Carolina.
Oh, okay. I see how that is.
But I hate the people at Barton. They're all scumbags like Shirley runs. So Troy,
that's messed up.
Yeah, that news this week, and then your boy Bob Baffert.
Yeah. Now let's be honest. Let's
hey, that's a great idea.
Let's
be
recount the
honest.
story.
Let's be honest.
Now, what with the horse? The horse tested.
Medina Spirit tested positive for a performance enhancer
a second time.
Yeah,
or like after another test.
Yeah.
Then punish the horse. The horse is tested positive.
It's a horse, Troy.
Bob Baffert did
The horse did not go to the store and buy the roids.
The horse don't even want to be doing all this running.
In his defense,
who's
the horse?
Bob Baffert. He may or may not even known that what was going on.
Troy, he tried to explain it as somebody got drunk and peed on the hay.
In my defense, I may or may not have put my faith in the wrong people.
You know what? That's about as good as we're going to get from you.
No,
I'm just saying the story changed
I
a
am
lot.
very disappointed in old Double B.
Bobby B.
I mean, I really thought, it's like, man, come on, this guy's got too much. He's already won enough. Like, why would he risk something like this?
Why would you cheat
Why
at
would he
the
want
top?
his reputation ruined for really ever, if you think about it? Now, when you Google him, this will be the first thing that pops up. Maybe he can recover, but maybe not. Maybe he's kind of getting older. Maybe this is his legacy now. I was like, come on, this guy wouldn't want this to be his legacy. But you know what? Perhaps there was some monkey business going on in the horse business.
It's kind of Deflategate-ish.
It has,
a way.
yeah, but they never really kind of figured out what happened there either.
You tend to hit your wagons to cheaters a lot, Troy D. Just pointing that out there.
I have too
People
big of
who
a heart.
win it-
I have too big of a heart clip, and I give people the benefit of the doubt. And you know what? I should stop doing that.
You're too trusting.
Yes,
you are. All right, let's take our final timeout. We'll come back. We'll wrap up this Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. This has been a fun segment.
Yeah.
Shirley almost ran over Mike Krzyzewski. What
I
a
will say
wild
this.
story.
I've known Shirley for like 25 years. That's the first time I've
Me
heard that
too.
story.
Because
What?
honestly, I had completely forgotten about it until you brought up the Coach K stuff,
is
and I was
weird.
like, "Oh yeah, I did almost hit him."
Yeah.
All right, we're back with more after
Easy on
this.
my friend Coach K there, Shirley.
Dude needs to slow down in parking lots. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Troy D here, excited about the NCAA Regional Baseball Weekend in Greenville. And Pirate Radio has a special gift for you. Stop by UBE beginning this Friday at 9 a.m. and get your free shirt while supplies last. It's first come, first serve, and only one shirt per person. Get your regional weekend started right at UBE this Friday at 9 a.m. and pick up your brand new Birdhouse Pirate Radio t-shirt for free, exclusively from Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. And go Pirates!
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Brock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The whole family's home. It's almost time to eat again, but you don't feel like cooking again. So close the microwave, put away that box of instant whatever, drop your spatula, pick up the phone, and get a Big Bo box delivered with 8 pieces of legendary fried chicken, fluffy buttermilk biscuits, fixins, and tea. Because no one ever said a home-cooked meal has to be cooked at home. Just tap your favorite delivery app for a Big Bo box at your front door. It's Bo time.
Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties? Gatlinburg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number one. Gatlinburg Lawns specializes in eco-friendly landscaping, landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help for your commercial property, call Gatlinburg Lawns today for a free quote at 252-253-5450.
Gatlinburg Lawns, we make it pretty.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, wrapping up Pirate Radio Live. Fun show today, Troy D.
This was for a rainy day. I've been in a great mood today.
putting smiles on faces.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I hope this continues. I am paying attention to the weather, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
You got to admit it. It's the first step. And I, too, Troy, will be looking at the weather this weekend, and we'll make sure you are tuned in to all of our social media sites. If there is a schedule change, we will let you know because it's going to be a factor this weekend one way or the other.
We'll be at UBE starting at 9. We'll be there until we're out of shirts. So we've got quite a few to go through. So come on down and see us once again. We got the Pirate Radio Birdhouse shirts starting at 9 while supplies last. 1 shirt per person, and they are free.
Free 99, as you said earlier.
No purchase necessary.
All right, have a great weekend, Troy. We'll talk to you Monday.
Sounds good. Look forward to it. We'll see you out at the stadium.
And Shirley, the big dog, and myself will be with you 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live on Friday, recapping ECU and Norfolk State. We'll talk to you then. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.